dodge all you want to, hoe ass nigga. Tell that nigga down there in Texas, we up on that. You better believe every motherfucking show, nigga. You can dodge all you want to, nigga. You hear me? Hoe ass nigga, we up. You better believe that every show, nigga, we on that, we flagging that, nigga. It's a matter of time, nigga. You gonna see me face to face, though. Push ass nigga, so you can sit there and do all the other shit online, nigga. You can't face me, fuck ass nigga. You little comrade out there doing all that extra shit. You fuck nigga for what you done, nigga. And that little image that you put on, nigga, we gonna live up to it, nigga. I guarantee you, it could be motherfucking 2020. 2020, nigga, 10 years from now, nigga, we ain't gonna never let up on you, nigga. You hear me? So yeah, duck and dodge all that there, nigga. You can take this and put this on your show, nigga. You know you're entertainment type, nigga. I'm gonna show you for social media, nigga. We up about that. That last show that you did with Kendrick, nigga, you know what it is, nigga. So check in about that fuck ass. Hey, bro, you spoke on that GD and that 6-0 shit, nigga, on your platform. You started some shit down in ATL, nigga. Hey, check this out. How you knew about that? You know what I'm saying? How you knew about that hit also? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you involved now, nigga. So, fuck what you want, nigga. You better get on your 8. You better fix that, nigga. You hear me? Let a little female get you and shit. You little NYC homeboy that playing games, nigga. You better, hey, check in, nigga. You know what you did, nigga. You hear me? I'm just letting you know, niggas up about that. Fuck what you want, that more is real shit, nigga. You can dodge all you want to, hoe ass nigga. Tell that nigga down there in Texas, we up on that. You better believe every motherfucking show, nigga. You can dodge all you want to, nigga. You hear me? Hoe ass nigga, we up. You better believe that every show, nigga, we on that, we flagging that, nigga. It's a matter of time, nigga. You gonna see me face to face, though. Push ass nigga, so you can sit there and do all the other shit online, nigga. You can't face me, fuck ass nigga. You little comrade out there doing all that extra shit. You fuck nigga for what you done, nigga. And that little image that you putting on, nigga, we gonna live up to it, nigga. I guarantee you, it could be motherfucking 2020. 2020, nigga, 10 years from now, nigga, we ain't gonna never let up on you, nigga. You hear me? So yeah, duck and dodge all that there, nigga. You can take this and put this on your show, nigga. You know you're entertainment type, nigga. I'm gonna show you for social media, nigga. We up about that. That last show that you did with Kevin, nigga, you know what it is, nigga. So check in about that fuck ass. I'm gonna one up on you. Believe that.
I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, that time. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. Are y'all ready? We got the drop. We got the drop. You better stop, Taha, because we got the drop. Right? We got the drop. And nobody got time for you and your Morris TV stuff. Because we got the drop. We got the drop. Indeed we do. Well, with that being said, I guess we gotta drop it. Let's get busy. I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, that town. I be that more you gon' remember, Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember, Tahaka Bay front line till the law call my number. Peace and love, family. Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. What it do, what it is, what it do, what it does. What it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. What had happened was, and let me hold up. Let me look at my we gonna have some haters in here tonight. I don't know what we done did to these people. We got 15 sad faces or something. Who y'all done made mad? Who y'all done, as the old folks say, who y'all took and made mad? Y'all done made NFAR mad. That what y'all did? Y'all done made Ozone be good, about to get liquored up. That's what the Europeans call it, liquored up. Oh, man. Don't do that, family. Don't get liquored up. I mean, we righteous. This is the righteous channel. Hold up. Let me get my thing together. Hold up. So I can see these comment sections. So I can get a couple people up out of here when they act a fool. You know what I'm talking about? I got to get them up out of here when they act a fool. So I got to see what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? I do. Indeed I do. How y'all doing today? Europeans like, I'm going to get liquored up. Ain't that what they say? The ones I know, they gonna get liquored up. Don't go get liquored up. This is a righteous channel over here. We get high off of weirdos, making jokes off of weirdos. That's how we get. That's how we get. We get. Ozone be good. Don't get liquored up. I'm trying to tell you. They coming for us all. NFAR, they don't care if it's 20, 20, 30. We gonna get you. That's what he said. Y'all hear that? Listen, I'm gonna play it anyway. I mean, he said I can. Y'all hear him gave me permission? Listen, give me 1 second. He gave me he gave me permission. Look.
You're a funny nigga. Let's see how funny it is when you're watching kids. How about that?
Y'all hear that? Hold up. Give me 1 second. Then what did he say?
You're a funny nigga. Let's see how funny it is when you're watching kids in the car, nigga. How about that?
You hear that?
You hear me?
Listen. This is how dumb he is.
Funny nigga. Let's see how funny it is when you're watching kids in the car, nigga. How about that? You hear me? That's what I'm on.
Listen what he said. Listen what he said.
Hey, bro, you spoke on that GD and that 60 shit, nigga, on your platform. You started some shit down in ATL, nigga. Hey, check this out. How you knew about that? You know what I'm saying? How you knew about that here also? You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I just did an interview. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, you involved now, nigga. So, fuck what you want, nigga. You better get on your 8. You better fix that, nigga. You hear me? That little female get you and shit, you look NYC homework, that playing games, nigga. You better, hey, check in, nigga. You know what you did, nigga. You hear me? I'm just letting you know, niggas up out there. Fuck what you want, that more is real shit, nigga.
All right, hold on.
Hey, bro, you spoke on that GD.
All right, hold on. They say turn it up. All right, I'm gonna turn it up. Hold up. Let me position the mic. Hold up. Hold up. Let me get my screensaver. Let me get my screensaver. We won up. All right. All right. I need y'all to press one if you can hear it. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Let me turn my mic down. Turn my mic down.
And that 6-0 shit, nigga, on your platform, you started some shit down in ATL, nigga. Hey, check this out. How you knew about that? You know what I'm saying? How you knew about that hit also? You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, you involved now, nigga. So, fuck what you want, nigga. You better get on your 8. You better fix that, nigga. You hear me? You let a little female get you and shit. You look NYC homework, they're playing games, nigga. You better, hey, check in, nigga. You know what you did, nigga.
Let's put some music to it.
I'm just letting you know, niggas up out there. Fuck what you want, that Moore's World shit, nigga.
Let's put some elevator music to it. The remix. All right, here we go.
Hey, bro, you spoke on that GD and that 6-0 shit, nigga, on your platform. You started some shit down in ATL, nigga. Hey, check this out. How you knew about that? You know what I'm saying? How you knew about that hit?
You was on the channel talking about it, Delta. You police. You was on the channel talking.
It also, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, you involved now, nigga. So, fuck what you want, nigga. You better get on your 8. You better fix that, nigga. You hear me? Dodge all you want to, hoe ass nigga. Tell that nigga down there in Texas, we up on that. You better believe every motherfucking show, nigga. Get dodge all you want to, nigga. You hear me? Hoe ass nigga, we up. You better believe that every show, nigga, we on that, we flagging that, nigga. It's not a time, nigga. You gonna see me face to face, so push ass nigga, so you can sit here and squat up and shit online, nigga. You can't face me, fuck ass nigga. You little comrade out there doing all that extra shit. You fuck nigga for what you done, nigga. And that little image that you putting on, nigga, we gonna live up to it, nigga. I guarantee you. It could be motherfucking 2020. 2020, nigga, 10 years from now, nigga, we ain't gonna never let up on you, nigga. You hear me? So yeah, duck and dodge all that there, nigga. You can take this and put this on your show, nigga. You know you're entertainment type, nigga. I'm gonna show you the social media show, nigga. You know you're entertainment.
He gave me permission. Listen. Listen.
And you can take this and put this on your show, nigga. You know you're entertainment. You can take this and put this on your show for you, nigga. You hear me? So yeah, duck and dodge all that there, nigga. You can take this and put this on your show, nigga. You know you're entertainment type, nigga. I'm gonna show you the social media, nigga. We all about that. That last show that you did with Kevin, nigga, you know what it is, nigga. So check in about that fuck ass.
This fool wanted to be a gangster on the internet. This fool wanted to be a gangster on social media. Real talk. Let me see if my brother Kendrick can hear. This fool wants to be a gangster on social media. Can y'all see this? This fool wants to be a gangster on social media. Y'all see that? This is why, hold up. This is why I got the picture up. Because you ain't a killer, don't push you. I understand. I'm nervous. If another man stand that close to me, I'm nervous. And so, hey, listen. I know. Let me come on in. Let me come on in. Now, family. Now, you and I know. You and I friends. All right. Now, listen. You and I are friends, except for the 20 down, thumbs down. I mean, but the rest of y'all, 46. I only see 46 thumbs up. So that means 46 of us are friends. You know what I mean? If you friends, then you need the thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Because 46 or 47, 48, we friends. We done created a friendship here. Everybody else is spectators. Okay, we 56 now. Now the 20 that's down, they mad because the joke's on them. All the killer talk. Oh, we got 63 now, 70 now. All the killer talk. I'm clowning you with your own killer talk. Do you know I don't care about your killer talk? I don't care. I live in a war zone called Baltimore City. I don't care. I'm ready, wife ready, family ready, we ready, hope you ready. I don't care. You're going to get the work. All right. We're not going to let up until it's 2020, 10, 2013. That's the whole thing, not 2020, 10, 2020. We ain't going to let up. We ain't going to let up till you shut up. How about that? That's the rules of the game. All right. Now, that's the rules of the game. We ain't going to let up till you shut up. How y'all been doing today, family? Y'all see this madness? Y'all see this madness, family? Listen, so today we're going to have our brother Kendrick come in here. Now, he having a problem getting in, and I understand why. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to send it to his let's see. You want me to send it to another number? That's going to be a bit tough. That's going to be a bit tough. Let's see. All right, hold up. Give me 1 second, family. Okay. Give me 1 second, family. Paste. Okay. Give me 1 second. Man, why is this? This is a tough one, man. I'm trying to get. Why you can't get it from this number? Don't make sense to me. Let me see if I got an email for the brother real quick. See if I got an email. Man. Hey, you been in our phone. Let me see that. All right, let me see that.
Hello.
All right, brother. I'm about to send it to this number right now. All right.
Okay.
If you have
my last phone was the one that was messing up. So let's see what I'm missing.
all right, here it come right now.
Okay.
All right, peace. Now. So family. There we go. So family, y'all see this? Listen, let me tell you something. I want y'all to know that I live in Baltimore City. Y'all know what Baltimore City is? Do anybody know what Baltimore City is? I live in Baltimore City. I don't live in Baltimore County. I don't live outside of the city. I actually live in Baltimore City. Press 1 if somebody in here has to be familiar with Baltimore City. Press 1 if you're familiar with Baltimore City. I live in Baltimore City. Like for real. Anybody familiar with Baltimore City? Do you think I'm really worried about somebody's making a phone call talking silly? You know what Baltimore City got for you? Anybody know what Baltimore City got for you? Come on, man. That's right. I live on the west side of Baltimore City. Come on, man. A brother who became one of my best friends is the one that created The Wire about, Little Melvin. What are you talking about? That's the one The Wire is about. Right. He passed away, and I don't like to talk about it because I wasn't able to make it to the hospital. I talked to him on the day before he passed away. If anybody know Little Melvin, you know what I'm saying? Then you already know. I'll just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But that's who they basically patterned The Wire about. Brother named Little Melvin. And his warehouse, after he did all that time in the feds, his warehouse was not too far from my house. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, like, Baltimore is Baltimore. Like, come on. Nobody cares, Deli. Deli, if you want to come on the show and air out your differences verbally, I welcome you to come on the show and air that out. But the killer talk ain't moving nothing. Like, okay, then what? Hey, Deli, you probably got over at least 50 people probably think you're a weirdo. 100 people probably think you crazy. You're going to kill them all? Kill them all? Kill them all. Kill them all. God dang it, kill them all. You going to kill them all? I'm not the only one that think you a little bit emotional. You probably got a whole bunch of people look at your videos and think you emotional. What you going to do? Kill them all? Or you going to do another video? You going to post people wives' pictures and don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about none of that. That man. With that being said, family, welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. And tonight we have a good show that we're about to bring to the table, family. And this is something that need to be talked about more than we have given our time to. And this is about Breonna Taylor and the cover-up. As we all know, it has faded into the news now that when we hear it, it's like a sidebar conversation. It's like a ad-lib to a rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the great conversation that it used to be towards what was that, April and May. And see, I said this on the show the other day that we as a group of people, all we have to do is reflect back. And this is for people who consider themselves white, people who consider themselves black, whoever you consider yourself. If you want to know the real deal, all you have to do is reflect yourself. Take yourself back to the moment when all the hype and everything was being added to the story. And then bring yourself fast forward and ask yourself what happened to the hype. We know that the check was cut, but that shouldn't stop the hype. That shouldn't stop the justice for Breonna. All eyes on Bree. Remember that? All of that is ceased almost. But we do have one brother who I consider to be my brother, and I'm just not saying in the small little minute sense, my brother, that old goofy stuff. No, I'm talking about my real brother. We're in the struggle. We're in the fight. We're in the fight to enlighten people, to waken people up to the things that they might not even pay attention to. And so Morris World TV is dedicated to bringing you the information that you normally wouldn't get anywhere else. You're not going to get this on CNN. You're not going to get this on any of those other channels. You're not going to get this nowhere else. And those who are willing to give it to you, they don't have enough reach. And we don't have the reach that we need. But we're going to continue to give it to you because the reach that we do have is very significant at this time. So with that being said, family, I want y'all to sit back. We got an hour and a half of nothing but raw information. So I want to welcome my brother and my friend, King Kendrick, in the building, family. Love, family. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm man, I don't know what's going on, man. They don't want us to talk, man, because every time I come on the show, it's audio issues. So I can hear you, but it's real like, you know, like a cell phone that's in the wooded area. So you're breaking in and out, but I'm gonna try my best to carry through with the interview. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a question, but you can understand what I'm saying.
I can't. It's like a cell phone that's breaking up. I can switch to another phone if you want to try that.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. They
anybody
can't
else
stop
ask the fans, is anybody else having issues?
Nah, we got them. We got him. Text me real quick with phone you want me to call you from.
You sound clear right now. Keep talking.
I sound good?
Are you talking?
Am I good?
Damn, it's breaking out. All right, I'm gonna text you the other number, huh? I'm gonna text you the other number.
And we're gonna do it.
Yeah, man. They don't want to hear us talk, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's all right. We got him. We got him right here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you know what?
All right, I'm gonna log off this one. All right.
All right, you good. Here we go.
You sound clear right now, though. You sounding clear.
All right, we got him.
Yeah, you sounding clear now.
All right, let's see what this do. We're gonna make sure everybody can hear.
Oh, okay, I can hear you good now.
You good?
That's perfect. Yeah, I'm good now. That's perfect.
They be trying.
I see what you did.
They be trying their hand. Man. They be trying their hand. We gonna get them right though. I already listen.
Yeah,
listen.
perfect.
Let me say this to the people. Listen, not the family on Morris World TV, but the other people. Listen, I know you have a job to do. I know that you have already entered into my computer, my cell phone, and it's okay. I only am one who informs those who are less informed. I don't watch porn. I don't steal. I'm not plotting against you. I'm not trying to overthrow you. I'm just one who distributes information. So whatever agency you work for, you can come and get all you want. In clandestinely, or you can knock on the door. I hand it to you. That was a public service announcement to the Alphabet Boys. With that being said, we got King Kendrick in the building, brother. How you been doing?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been good, man. Even the way you just gave that intro, man, it was so powerful because I've been experiencing some things. You heard me? Some things. So I'm feeling like Will Smith, an enemy of the state, man. That's how I'm feeling here in Kentucky, man. It's like that story you just mentioned about people getting into your phones, your computers, and all that. That stuff is real, man. I'll tell you something, man. I didn't want to tell people the story. A couple of my friends, they witnesses, and a couple of my neighbors, they was witnesses to this situation. It actually sounds like a lie. That's why I don't just tell it, because it makes me look crazy. But right. I seen somebody, they've been riding by my house, you know, taking pictures of my house and license plate and all that. Well, one time I caught him. So I hops in the car. I'm going to the street. I'm going to chase him down, the car that was just by my house. I start closing in on him. My whole car shuts off. Crazy. Never seen nothing like it in my life. The neighbors, they went up. They trying to help me push the car. We don't know what's going on. As soon as that car that was in front of my house taking picture gets out of sight, my car starts back up. Craziest thing I ever seen in my life. It's real, man.
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of car do you have? If you don't mind me asking.
I got a Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
Jeep Cherokee.
What year is it?
2015.
Bad, bro. To be okay, Alphabet Boys. I gotta tell the family this. Family, when you become a revolutionary, whether it's with information or whether it's on the front line, get yourself an old car with no digital anything in it.
Right.
No digital nothing. The radio got to turn with a dial.
Right. No, it's serious, man. It's serious. I had been trying to post evidence as far as the Breonna Taylor situation on all platforms. They will not let those videos go on these platforms. On top of that, I got the proof in my phone right now. They went into my phone, like unlocked my phone right in front of my friends. One time they did it, and I had several friends around. So they got the witness. I said, look, here it's doing it again. Next thing you know, my phone's unlocking by itself. They go straight to my videos and start removing. and start removing. It was crazy. That's what they doing, man. Like, it's real deal like that. And I'm glad somebody like yourself can speak on it, man, because when you start knocking on the doors that we knocking on and stepping on the toes that we stepping on, like, it really comes to the light that the FBI and all these other agencies are really playing with instruments to where they can get in your phone and your computer for real. Like, we've heard rumors, but no, this is real. This is real deal. And me and you are both experiencing this right now as we speak.
And the thing is, in a nutshell, is this, man. Once you have lived your life, you have experienced life such as I have. I experienced a whole lot of life. Man, I've lived a full life. I mean, a full life. And at this point, I've dedicated my life to awaken people. You know what I'm saying? I've dedicated my life to awaken people for them to seize the opportunity to better themselves. Mm-hmm. But you can't better yourself if you're being drugged down a tunnel that you don't even see that you're being drugged down. You know what I mean? Right. And so I hope people understand what I'm saying. I have lived a full, very beautiful life with all this beautiful struggles that has been involved. And so whatever comes with me enlightening and me uplifting and awakening people, I embrace it. It doesn't matter to me. Somebody in the tree with the telescope, somebody crossed the block with this, somebody shooting from 1,000 yards away. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I can hit your target from 1,000 yards.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that I always like to say this before I turn it over to you. In the Mordecai's Temple of America, I always got to use the Mordecai's Temple of America. There's a lot of wisdom that have yet to be discovered and yet to be utilized. That the universe gave us this life, and it's our duty to preserve it.
Right.
And so that means we must eat well. That means we must eat right, if you will. That means we must definitely put the right food in our mind. And we must preserve our life by ultimately, if it came to it, even defending our life. You feel what I'm saying? It's our duty to preserve it. You ain't give you your life. The universe, if you call it God, you call it a law, whatever you call it, that's where your life come from. Now, it's your duty to preserve it. God, your creator, gave it to you. Now you must preserve it. That's the wisdom of the day. So, brother, what new information that you have as it relates to let's start with the Breonna Taylor case. What's been happening?
There's been a lot going on, man. There's a lot of stuff going on from a lot of angles. Heard recently, as you know, within the last 6 weeks here in Louisville, Kentucky, you've had people who was considered leaders as far as the protests end up dead. You've had people falsify charges against people. I'm one of the people that charges have been falsified against to try to silence me. You've had the news come out with news stories that I've told you, the world, and the rest of the city months ago. They're just now reporting these stories on the news. You have a lot going on. You got, of course, the police officer, one of the police officers, Officer Manley, is now suing Kenneth Walker. You still got, which I don't understand why this is the case. Well, I do understand, but I don't understand why they signed this protective order. You still got Breonna's mother being super silent. What you have is Until Freedom. The people who was considered the leaders in the face of the Louisville protests are no longer here in Louisville. They have completely abandoned the city. And now the protesters are completely lost and being literally killed. You got a lot going on here in Louisville. And
let me backpedal for a second. So let me make sure that people can follow this thought. So Until Freedom, they were literally leading the protesters at one time in conjunction with Black Lives Matter. Wasn't they on the front line too?
Yeah, let me backpedal a couple steps. I'm gonna go back a little farther, okay? So when the Louisville protests started, you had about 4 guys that was considered local leaders. I was one of them. We was all putting together marches. You got to understand, Louisville, Kentucky got put on the map not because of Until Freedom.
Uh-oh. Y'all see that?
And we was leading the protest. Make a long story short, what separated me from every leader that was out there leading the protest, what separated me is the fact that I actually knew of Brett Hankinson, and I had a legal federal lawsuit pending against him. On top of that, they had executed a no-knock search warrant on my house that was illegal, and I caught him red-handed and proved that it was illegal. So what happens is you got people like myself and a couple other guys who was out leading this protest. We had thousands. I'm talking about tens of thousands of people out there. The protest that y'all seen on the news when Louisville was about that action and things was getting tore up and all that, that was like what put Louisville on the map, not Until Freedom. What Until Freedom did is they seized the moment and capitalized off the situation that was going on in here in Louisville. They seen that it was a bunch of people out there, and they knew that I was the dude that out of all the guys that was getting too much power. I had organized the protest, and I look back, and I'll show you the video. When I look back, I like to think it was over 10,000 people following me. When they seen that, that's when they went out and came up with a plan with people like Until Freedom, and they knew they had to send somebody here to take that power from me because I was gaining way too much power. Even I didn't even realize how much power I got. I was looking back. I look back at the protesters. Over 10,000 are behind me, following me, headed to the white neighborhoods towards the East End in the area that we could call the Highlands. And that's when they put together Until Freedom, and then Until Freedom came in town. When Until Freedom came in town, initially, we did not receive them. It wasn't a warm welcome. We didn't want them here. But what they did is they came with that bag. Before you know it, they started buying up the leaders. And then Cash App transactions started going down. And before you know it, all the protesters is following them. And meanwhile, while the protesters is following them, they starting to wear Gucci glasses. Their clothes is starting to get flyer. They pulling up in nice cars and everything. They literally came in right before my eyes, and it breaks my heart because I know some of these guys personally. They came in and bought these people and took them from me. And then me recognizing what's going on and seeing that, okay, this is corruption. Because when we was down there on the front lines initially, there was no pastors. There was none of that. But then all of a sudden, Until Freedom comes in, and next thing you know, the pastors is coming out, microphones is set up, they having church down there. And you and I both know when the church is coming down there, okay, here comes the corruption. Here comes the crookedness. And that's exactly what happened. And then Until Freedom, they pretty much took the torch from me, and they started controlling the people. And I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go play defense. I'm going to go, play detective and get together and find out who's all a part of this corruption. And it wasn't even hard. It's like a painter, like any painter that's, painting a beautiful picture. They always take time out to step back and look at it. So I was caught up in the painting when I was down there. I was caught up in the painting when I was down there protesting. I never took time out to step back and look at the picture. But when I took time out to step back and look at the picture, I see nothing but corruption. Like a painter would see nothing but mistakes if he was making them when he takes a step back and look at it. So when I did that, seeing through Until Freedom and my son and Linda and Tamika Mallory, it was so easy. And Benjamin Crump, you got to understand, I'm a guy who actually worked on the legal team. I was hard on that team. You heard the name Benjamin Crump. You heard the name Sam Aguilar. What y'all don't hear is my name. I was on the legal team. And you know what? Benjamin Crump didn't put in no time. No hours. It was me and Sam Aguilar who actually put in the time and broke down this case. Those guys was just there for the clout, the money, and the fame.
So brother, let's rewind real quick.
Okay.
Because I think that's a very significant point that most people that don't know you would think that. And one thing I do not rock with is talking heads. Talking heads are those that have not done the research. It's the topic of the day. It's social media talking heads. It's the topic of the day. And now I've seen a few videos and I want to talk about it. I think it's very important for people to know that you were on the initial legal team to investigate the death Breonna
here's the
Taylor. I
thing.
think it's very important that, and I think that's one of the points that you really got to drive home.
Well, not you're 100% right with that, but people must understand my separation from the legal team came the day that they made the decision on the money, because that's when I
Absolutely.
realized they sold out. And I got the phone call to prove it that I was done with Sam. I was done taking money from him because I got paid. I made $18,500 to be exact in less than like 35 days to be exact. So I got paid. And you know what? Anytime you're working and you're doing something out here, you should get paid. There's people out here who are getting paid for corruption. So why shouldn't I get paid for doing the right thing? So I got paid. But at the end of the day, I was not trying to participate in the cover up because I actually solved the case. I actually gave Sam Aguilar the work. I helped that man with everything he asked me to do and more. And he did not present none of that. None of it. Still to this day.
Wow.
And more importantly, I spoke to my son. I spoke to Benjamin Crump like this, face to face, not over the phone. I spoke to them face to face as black men. I'm like, look, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe Sam is selling us out. Maybe this is racism. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. Maybe Crump and my son and Tamika Mallory and all them don't know what's really going on. So I go to them face to face, and you know what? They didn't want to hear it. I spoke to Breonna's mother face to face and told her that we needed to talk. I got some things I need to tell you. I told Breonna's auntie. She didn't want to hear it. I told Kenneth Walker, Breonna's boyfriend. He heard me. He was like, look, I know everything you're saying is the truth, but he looked me in the eyes. He's like, I'm going to be all the way honest. I don't know what happened. I ain't see nothing. I'm like, what? I mean, this is crazy. Like, I approached everybody who was important face to face, and I was on the legal team.
Have you had any communication with them lately? Because it seems like the story is just pretty much is out of the news.
You know what's sad is? No, I haven't had any communication with especially Breonna's family. And what's sad is, okay, you claim that you want justice for your baby girl. You've already got the money. Sam Aguilar, he clearly sucks as an attorney because he didn't get you nothing but the money. And if that was what it was about, okay, yay, you got your money. But if you really want justice for your baby girl, Benjamin Crump is no longer making trips to Louisville. He's not here doing anything. Sam Aguilar they're all enjoying their money. Tamika Mallory, I looked on her page the other day. She's at some award show. Meanwhile, protesters in Louisville are getting killed. If you really want justice for your baby girl, what do you got to lose by listening to me? What do you have to lose by sitting down and saying, okay, let's set aside the disrespect on the internet, you going at us, you calling us name or whatever, because I clocked out. I did. I was disrespectful. I said some very disrespectful things. I did because I was angry and I felt like they had sold this girl out. And at the end of the day, I was wrong. I can admit that I was wrong. Well, I can not gonna say I was wrong. I admit that I'm sorry for doing it, but I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong.
Let me ask you this. What do you mean? What is your premise on that they sold their daughter out or that the family sold Breonna Taylor out? Let's start right there.
So let's just put it like this. I made contact with Breonna's grandmother months ago. I believe it was, I want to say early on in June that I made contact with her grandmother. I let her know, look, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm going to single-handedly make sure your granddaughter gets justice. I'm going to single-handedly do it. Sam Aguilar kept hiding me from Tamika Palmer, which is Breonna's mother. He kept hiding me from. I kept saying, Sam, I want to meet a mother. I want to meet her. He was like, we're going to set it up. We're going to set it up. It never happened. Now, the way the universe works is out of all those people at the Million Man March in Washington, D.C., somehow, some way, me and this woman ended up face to face. Now, you got to understand, her family is VIP. They're located in the VIP section. I kid you not. I went to Washington, D.C. by myself. In order to get up there where they was at, you had to have a wristband. I was on my Facebook Live. You can see it. I started at the back of the march. I walked all the way up, and I kid you not, this is how powerful the universe is. Every single security guard that I came in contact with in checkpoint, all they did was give me a look in my eyes and never asked me for a wristband or nothing and just let me keep walking. And I went all the way up to the top, past Al Sharpton, every last one of them up, and went directly to Breonna's mother and said, how you doing? My name is Kendrick Wilson. I just want to let you know I'm on your daughter's legal team, and I have some very valuable information that I would like to get to you. I understand you're busy right now, but here's my number. Will you please, please, please get a hold of me when you're free? Face to face. Never heard from her, but I did hear from her sister. Now, me and Breonna's auntie, we was talking a lot. We talked a lot at the march. We texting back and forth. I got the text message in my phone, but after the day with the money, never heard from him ever again. But then I heard from her uncle. Her uncle hits me up just randomly. He says, "Hey, I got the text." He's like, "I'm Breonna's uncle. Whoop de whoop. I just want to let you know we was forced to take the money, and I really, really need to talk to you, but I don't want to do it on her. Can you please contact me through this email?" And then gave me some email.
Did you ever correspond with him? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh,
You there? Can you hear me?
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Were you ever able to correspond with him?
No, they didn't want to. They didn't want to. They to this day, they don't. Me and Kenneth Walker, we had a couple conversations. I felt like it eventually was gonna get there because I offered Kenneth Walker a deal. I really did. I said, "Look, I already know what happened. I know what they're trying to do, and I could use you because if I can help get you off and get everybody else, I'm down with that. Because that's just justice. You can't get everything. Sometimes you got to let one go to get three people. You know what I mean? You got to get one person to flip on three other people and tell the truth, and then you got to give that person immunity, and then that person gets off. You know what I mean? So I offered Kenneth Walker a deal, and you know what? It was close. I spoke to the local Black Panthers here in Louisville. They contacted Breonna's mother. Kenneth Walker's mother, and they told Kenneth Walker the deal. Kenneth Walker's mother the deal, and she let Kenneth know. And I told them they only had 24 hours though, and you know they were seriously thinking about taking this deal, but he didn't take it. And now you know it's on him because I'm going after all of them. I'm going to expose everything. Now, my focus hasn't been Kenneth Walker because at the end of the day, I don't want to seem like a dude that's just trying to incarcerate another Black man. But at the end of the day,
now for those who don't know, who is Kenneth Walker again?
Kenneth Walker is Breonna's current boyfriend. So there's two boyfriends involved. There was an ex-boyfriend and there was a current boyfriend, the one that was there with her, and that's Kenneth Walker.
And so Kenneth Walker is the one that shot out with the police. Is that in the house or something? Supposedly.
So they say.
Supposedly.
Yeah, so they say.
That's reported to shot out with the police. Well, let's get into that. What exactly role does Kenneth Walker play? And hold up, first, let's go back to the family because I want to make sure we're clear on that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel as though that Breonna Taylor's family are aware of the cover-up and now they just went hush?
Yeah, I know they are because at the end of the day, you got to remember what I just told you. The uncle texted me and told me. He told me straight up, "I'll send you the text, you know, after we get off. I'll send it to you." This is from my uncle, told me straight up.
So they actually know the intricate details of the cover-up, as you explained to us last on the show.
Now that's one thing that I can't say that her mother, and I would hate to even say that her mother knows like 100% how it went down, why it went down. I can't say that, but she knows that she's helping them cover up a murder now.
Right. Can you give us a quick snapshot of how it went down and why it went down, and a brief snapshot just to refresh the minds of those on Morse World TV?
That's big. As far as being brief, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I can be brief with that. This is a wide, very big story.
Why was she killed or murdered? Because I don't even want to use killed. I want to use murdered.
I just put it to you like this. I put it to you like this. Breonna had some money at her house. She had some money at her house. And the type of cops that she's dealing with, when you hear the name Brett Hankison, when you hear that name in this city, to the people who got money, not the little D-boys. We're talking about the people who's made the bag that they call it nowadays, who got that bag. When you say the name Brett Hankerson to them, they already know what's up. See, Brett Hankerson is viewed as a cop to most people, but to the people who really know him and live in the hoods that he patrolled, they know he's a cowboy. Him and his guys, they don't just want to put you in jail. They want to take all your money and take all your drugs and then go put them back on the streets in the hands of somebody who's moving their drugs. So, make a long story short, you got to look at it like this, man. Let's read between the lines right here. And I hate to speak on this because I haven't talked to Breonna's ex-boyfriend at all, which I got a lot of respect for that guy, because when they offered him a deal to tell on Breonna and do this and do that, he was like, nah, I'm not doing it. So got a lot of respect for him. So I try not to speak on him at all because I've never spoke to him. So who am I to say anything that can be incriminating as far as him? He's already sitting in jail facing X amount of years because he won't cooperate with him. So I try not to speak on him, but let's just say this. Let's speak on the facts, okay? This guy, Breonna's ex-boyfriend, who Breonna was allegedly holding his money, and I believe that. I believe she was holding his money. So let's look at it like this. Breonna's holding this guy's money, right? This guy gets jammed up before the police come to Breonna's house. So when you're dealing with dirty cops, how does the conversation go when you get jammed up? You got something for us? You got something? How you gonna get out of this? I got it, but I don't got it. It's over here. So now they're heading over there to go get that bag. They heading over there to get that bag. This is all my theory and what I believe happened, but it makes 100,000% when I know the officer Brett Hankerson is involved. Now that part I can't prove, but at the same time, I know y'all pulled him. Y'all had the situation with the warrant and all that, him getting arrested earlier. Then y'all go to his stash spot, which Breonna's never been in trouble or anything. So why would you be making your way to her house other than he just told you where his money's at? Now, where it really gets tricky is, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this right now. Where it really gets tricky is you got to look at it like this. We've heard the jail phone calls, right? We know Breonna and the ex-boyfriend still had a thing, right? We know she was still messing with her ex because of the phone calls and stuff they leak, right? So what you got to ask yourself is, how did Kenneth Walker know that Breonna was still messing around with the ex? And if so, how jealous was he? And did he know where the money was at? And was he in on it as far as orchestrating the whole lick and setting everything up? Because what I do know about Kenneth Walker that the world don't know, the world has yet to speak on this, and even the local news stations don't even speak on it. That's how you know Kenneth Walker is on the same team as the police, because Kenneth Walker is a jack boy. Like, that's what he does. He sets up licks. Now, anybody who's out in the streets, they notice. And it's not that, hey, I'm over here snitching on him. No, I'm getting down to the bottom of something. At the end of the day, that's what you do. You've been known, and you got cell phone conversations that's in Breonna's file where they caught where you and somebody else was talking about hitting a lick together. So if your girlfriend's messing with her ex still, you're clearly jealous and mad, jealous of dude. And also she got this money in this apartment that you possibly could have found out about. What do you think he's going to do? Instead of breaking up with her and going to whoop the ex-boyfriend, what's he going to do? He's going to help set up a lick. And who better to set up a lick with than the police? And I got proof that he cooperated and he was in on it, because at the end of the day, y'all heard him say he was holding Breonna's hand when she got shot, right? Did y'all not hear that? He said he was holding her hand. This guy said he was holding Breonna Taylor's hand when she got shot. Well, check this out, bro. Check this out. This is science right here. This is how we operate. All science, right? If you holding this girl's hand and she gets shot, First of all, how did you not get shot? But we ain't even gonna question that. If you holding her hand and you're in front of her and she gets shot, you're gonna pull her forward. She's gonna fall forward. Why was Breonna's body? I seen her body. See, the world didn't see her body. I seen her body. So why was Breonna's body facing this way towards a wall and her face was tucked in a corner, as if somebody did this, pulled her around, turned her around? How is it that how is it that she got pulled around and still got shot? So look, I'll say this. Check me out right here. If you a D-boy, right? And you give a girl your money, okay? And you got X amount of $1,000 in this apartment. Are you gonna let that money just sit over there without a gun? Are you gonna let that money just sit there without a gun? You're gonna make sure you give her a gun, right? So check this out. Kenneth Walker said it first. He said she shot, okay? Listen to the facts, the first facts before they came together and switched their story. Kenneth Walker said she shot. Brett Hankinson said they were shooting with the assault rifle. You don't confuse those pops. You don't confuse a pop with a I know how many bullets was laid off. I got the casings. I got all of it. I got pictures of all the bullets. I know how many bullets were shot. I know it was an assault rifle. So look, Kenneth Walker admits she shot first. So what did Breonna do? These people came to her door, and what her ex-boyfriend trained her and taught her to do, first of all, you defend your life. You don't let nobody come in here and do anything to your life. And more importantly, you protect my money. So he plugged her. This is all my theory, but I can prove it. He plugged her with a gun, with an AK. So when they came to her door, you damn right Breonna shot. And when she shot, she got them police up out of her space. And what did they do? Because Kenneth Walker, even though he was in on it, he didn't know Breonna had an AK. So when she came out of nowhere with that AK and did this, he grabbed that gun in her and turned her around because he was in on it. And I'm telling you, this is all my theory. I'm allowed to speak my theory, right? He grabbed that gun and turned that girl around. When he turned that girl around, you tell me what happened. And then once he did that, he didn't call the police. He called his mother. And then once he went out.
Pause for 1 second. Don't lose that thought. That's one thing that was strange to me.
Come on, man. You know why he called his mama?
Like I was saying earlier, I'm from Baltimore. I've been in some situations. The last thing I'm going to do is call my mother in the heat of the moment. You know what type of adrenaline is pumping? You know what type of what's going on is happening, and just call your mother. That didn't make no sense to me.
Listen to me, but check this out. I want you to make this make sense. We're gonna walk through this thing, man. We're gonna walk through this thing. We're in a hallway. First of all, y'all gotta get into Breonna's file. If y'all watch the file, you're gonna see that the TV was turned all the way up. It wasn't just up, it was up. It was loud. So let's go back to what they said happened. Kenneth Walker says that they was laying in the bed and they heard Breonna was already asleep and they heard a boom, boom, boom at the door. When they heard a boom, boom, boom at the door, they hopped up and they went to the door. Now, first of all, this is not a black thing. This is not a white thing, an Asian thing, a Mexican thing. If you're laying in your bed and you hear a knock at the door, first of all, with as loud as that TV is, you're not even sure if you heard or not. You're going to think you heard or not. So what you going to do? You're going to turn down the TV. Did I just hear somebody knocking at the door? You're going to turn it down because the knocks are in between. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now, when you first heard it, you thought you heard it. So you turned down the TV. When they went into that apartment, that TV was turned up so loud. It was loud. So that story right there alone is a lie. It's a lie. The TV was all the way up. First thing you're going to do, bro, is you're going to turn down the TV. Furthermore, check this out. You're laying in bed. You heard boom, 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 boom. Are you thinking, let me grab my cell phone? are you thinking, let me grab the gun and go see who's at the door? You're not even thinking about your cell phone. You're like, man,
if what you say is true about everybody in Louisville, because everybody know who's the what we would call the stick up boy. Everybody know who that is. And if that be true, that's the last thing that a stick up boy gonna think about is a cell phone.
He's not known as Louisville's #1 stick up boy or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying
he has
is
a reputation.
that's what he does. Yeah. Anybody who's been, come on, man. Anyway, bottom line is this. The TV's up. If you hear somebody knocking at the door, you're turning the TV down. Second of all, if you're going to the door and you think like it's a threat, it's late at night, which it is a threat, something ain't right. That's why you grab the gun. The last thing you're going to be thinking about doing is, let me get the gun and let me get the cell phone. Nah, getting the gun, you hopping up, man. What's going on? Who's at the door? So tell me this. When they shot, and this is the story that they tell, when he shots, he claims, first of all, he claims he shot, right? How'd you shoot? With two hands? Or did you shoot with your left hand? Because Breonna was on the right-hand side of you. You got to think the bedroom is on this side. So Breonna was on the right-hand side of you. Only way Kenneth Walker was not able not to get shot, according to his story, because he's ducked off in the little room and the little wall was blocking him. So you mean to tell me you were shooting with your left hand and holding Breonna with your right hand? That don't even make sense, bro. That don't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. And when you go back to the story at the beginning, the original facts of the police officers, they said he was holding a gun with two hands. So how was you holding her hand? Now look, watch this. Watch this. You in the hallway. He switched the story and said he shot, okay? You in the hallway. Breonna's right beside you. There's rooms right here beside. This is natural. This is not a black or white thing. This is a human natural instinct. Kenneth Walker's in front of you. Breonna's behind him or beside him. Bottom line is this. If he shoots first, whether one hand or two hands, if he shoots, what is that girl doing as soon as she heard that pop? She's ducking off in that room. How was he able to shoot first, bring the gun down, move out the way, and somehow she's still just sitting right there and she gets lit up? She's got the head start. She ain't got to bring no gun down. He pop and she's going to just run right up in the room. She's going to beat him as far as cover. Soon as he, boom, right there to the side. Or if he's a real man, he going to say, baby, move. Get to the side. I'm about to shoot. Go in there. It's ain't safe. How does he shoot? And then he moves out the way. And while he moves out the way, he grabs her hand. And while you grabbing her hand, you're going forward, but somehow her body's back there. But you claim you was holding her hand when she fell down. Now, riddle me this right here. I seen the body. I seen the body. Check this out. If your girlfriend gets shot, okay, and she's are
you still there? Oh man. Are y'all still there? Oh man, he faded. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Anybody see that? Delta!
Can you hear me? This is what they do, man. So look, I'm gonna pick right back up where I left off because I'm gonna get this truth off. So let's look, check this out. Check this out. So he pulls her down. Now, any man who watches his girlfriend get shot and she's laying face down, right? What is the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna roll her over. You're gonna roll over. Are you okay, baby? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna roll her. You're not gonna leave her like this. I seen the body, bro. She's like this. That's the first thing you're gonna do. Furthermore, you tell me this: your girlfriend, let alone your dog or your cat, is laying right there, shot up, dying. You're not leaving the body. When the ambulance or the police, they're gonna have to come in there and prove that you're not a threat. There's no way that you're leaving her. And then furthermore, there's no way that you're not going to be holding her, just like the movies. He had no blood or anything on him. Like, he didn't even touch her. He didn't have blood on his hands. No blood on his feet. Here's a critical picture, okay? when Kenneth Walker came out and the police made him surrender, okay? Don't look, he's got no shoes and no socks on. There's blood all in the apartment. Why? Because Manley got shot and Breonna, right? Go look at his feet. When he put his hands up and shows his feet, there's not a drop of blood on the bottom of his feet. How does that happen?
Yeah, and he did mention that he grabbed her, so there should be somewhere.
Come on, man. He's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's on the phone talking to the police, and apparently he's over her body, and he said, breathe, come on, breathe. No, nigga, excuse my language, but no. There's nobody in this world that's going to sit on the phone over their girl's body who just got shot and not touch her. There's no way. You had no blood on your hands.
I would say this. I don't think that you can be responsive in a way of making a phone call. I don't know if you're going to touch or not. I don't know. Maybe because shock could set in and you just in a shock. But no, making a phone call.
Can we rewind? Somebody comes in your house. Let's rewind this. Somebody comes in your house. They just kicked in your door. First of all, he didn't know it's police, right? They just kicked in your door. And on top of that, they just shot your girl. And you let off one bullet and you got a whole clip. One bullet. What person don't just lose their mind and just unload and go Rambo?
Yeah, that goes against conventional thinking. Yeah, that definitely goes against conventional thinking.
Then on top of that, check this out. The gun was found up under the bed. So you mean to tell me while you was in the hallway, now mind you, a lot of people don't know the apartment. The hallway is lined directly up with the door. So if you're in the hallway, you're in the door sight, directly lined up with the door. So you mean to tell me when you didn't know who shot your girlfriend, you don't know it's the police at the time, you're sitting in the hallway chilling with her while your gun's up under the bed. You threw your gun under the bed and you're chilling with your girl in the hallway, calling the police saying, I don't know who did it. I don't know what's going on. Somebody just kicked in the door. What? What?
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a natural response. So are you saying that Kenneth Walker was in on it from the beginning?
So
was he in it from the beginning? Because this is what I'm gathering.
He was in it from the beginning. He was in it.
This is what I'm gathering.
Here's the thing
this is what I'm gathering real quick for the audience, for those who's watching in, because I believe that you and I are excellent at piecing things together. And this is just crazy the way that you paint this picture. But for those who just tuning in, the picture is painted and it's very clear that we got some rogue police in Louisville that is on the clock. And what they do is, this is the theory, what they do is, but this
is
not
theory. You can ask any of the big boys in my city. This is what they do.
This is what I was going to say. This is fact to people who has experienced it.
And I'm one of them.
But what they do is they find who the dealers are, and they plan to do a raid or kick in the door or however it is, hold the person in custody to take control of the stash. Maybe lock them up and release them on some bogus charges, or maybe even just let them go. We hear about this all around the country. You know what I'm saying? This is not nothing new. But you're saying that this is what happened in the Breonna Taylor case, that they were coming to get drug money, that they had intel that was most likely there from the ex-boyfriend that Breonna Taylor was holding.
I'm not saying the ex-boyfriend told him or anything. All I know is they
not that he told them.
They came up short. When they initially went to get it from him, they came up short.
Yeah,
so the next location is either he told her or either they came up short and they're like, okay, it's there. He don't got it.
So they goes to Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend house. They goes to get him. That becomes botched. because hey, there's no money there. So the 2 and 2 comes together when and making 4 is that there's a chance that he said, I don't have it here, it's over there, or they had enough intel to say she holds the money, so this is our next stop.
Exactly. And that's why I don't like speaking on that story, because I haven't spoke to the ex, but I know I'm right there. I'm on it. It's one or the other.
Right. And so now, when they go there to Breonna Taylor's house, where we at now is that the boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, is already in on it and possibly waiting, because in this age of texting, I mean, somebody sends a text, okay, we'll be there and such and such. That's it. You could be laying on side the bed. Okay, let's get ready. It's about to go down. This ain't yesterday where we had to go to the payphone and try. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that. And so you're saying that Kenneth Walker knows about it. He knows the role that he's supposed to play, and he knows probably, if what you're saying is correct, and I'm trying to make sure we paint this picture right, that even the backstory after the fact of how it's going to be told. Now, when you look at the report and you see him on TV telling the story, that story on TV, anybody that has an inkling of street experience, they know that don't sound right.
He switched his story multiple times. That's red flag 1-1. But here's the thing. Anytime that you are saying that the police, that somebody's working with the police and such and stuff, normally a snitch is somebody who's got jammed up or they got something going on. So the police back you in the corner to where they're going to make you snitch. Now, here's the thing with Kenneth Walker that the news don't even talk about, because they're hiding it. Because this is how I know, first of all, as a black man, you shot the police, they're going to put all your dirt out, right? Kenneth Walker got a DUI. They're trying to clean it up now, and it might already be off his record. You know, it's crazy how the universe works. I'm talking to Kenneth Walker's lawyer because I know him. I calls him. He's thinking I'm Kenneth Walker. He's telling me all the details about what they're doing to remove the DUI from his record so people don't find out. So I'm like, they're trying to hide a DUI. So there's the conversation icebreaker between Kenneth and the police. Oh, he's trying to get out of the DUI. So the police probably like, okay, then what can you do for us? And then I believe that's where the plan started to go after Jamarcus, who is Breonna's ex-boyfriend. I believe because Kenneth naturally gonna be jealous of him. He's knocking down your girl. He's got more money than you, and he's got your girl's mind. Yeah, she's with you, but she'll go pay his bail when he's locked up. That's his rider. Only reason why she ain't with him is because he's still out there in the streets. But she clearly loves him, and she clearly want to be with him, but she can't because she know he just ain't gonna do right. But at the same time, she ain't letting him go, and Kenneth knows this. So he's in the role of a sucker. That's what I like to call it. He's in the role of a sucker. You know your girl wants the next dude, but yet whatever it is so good that you can't go nowhere. When you know she's sitting on her being the next person's rider, and that's what she was. She rode for that dude. You can hear the jail phone calls. In fact, that she paid that dude's bail, and was just there for the dude. You know what I mean? Like,
would you say as people have labeled her that Breonna Taylor was in the game?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go as far as say. What I would say is, I would say this: Breonna is a rider, and we all know what a rider is. She might know of you doing something illegal, and she might not necessarily partake in it. But at the end of the day, she's one of them people that don't necessarily look at made money as I'm partaking in it. You already made this. I didn't go help you stick up a bank. I'm just holding your money. I'm not going to ask how you got it, even though I probably already know the truth, but I'm not going to ask. I like to look at Breonna Taylor as she was a rider. And on top of that, she was smart. And she brought that to the table with him because she probably took some of his money and helped him get it clean and put it in her bank account and put it in a very safe spot. And slowly but surely was helping him clean his money. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that if she doesn't know what's going on, big picture. She's just looking out for him.
Right.
And I think that's what it was. I think Breonna Taylor was a rider. Did she know that he was out there in the streets? Yeah. But was she involved with it directly? No. I think she was.
Right, right.
I just
So
think she was a rider. She was a rider.
how do you feel about the people who try to say that, you know, that she's a thug and she that it comes with the game?
Well, that's what they supposed to say. I completely understand. Some of it just sure ignorance, and some of it is racism. You know, people just being racism. But at the same time of it, it's people calling the spade in this fake game of spades that we playing. Because you got to understand, the news is controlling the media. They painted that picture that she was a thug and that she was involved in cartels and all that. They did that. They did that. So at the end of the day, that's why I was so mad, because I'm like, why are y'all sitting up here telling all of Breonna's alleged dirt when Brett Hankerson has a federal lawsuit pending against him in court from me, and he's on video, and he got caught red-handed planting drugs on me, but y'all not talking about that at all. So y'all over here making these people not complete. If you don't live in Louisville, especially, and you don't know Breonna Taylor, yeah, you're gonna call her a thug because of the story and shit that the news is putting out there. It's natural. The news. That's why we gotta be cautious with what news outlet we pay attention to, what live streamer we pay attention to, because some of these people are clearly in on it. Newses are organizations, and at the end of the day, organizations are business partners with other organizations. You got to understand, the news and the police department, they do damage together. They move meters. They get money together. So whose side do you think they're going to take? Like, seriously, whose side do you think they're going to take? Of course they're going to take the police department side, and they're going to try to make Breonna look like the bad person. Of course. And that's what they did.
Hey, brother, with all of this coming out and breaking it down, and like I seen somebody in the comment section says that, oh, this guy is just a clout chaser. This guy is speculating. Again, I want to tell you who said that Kendrick Wilson was on the legal team.
Let me say this too. Can I say this for the people who say that I'm a clout chaser?
He was on the legal team to help try to figure out what happened. If anybody has the ability to speak on the topic, it would be him, because he's seen things that you and I have not been privy of. He's seen the case in the envelope. You see what I'm saying? So, and someone said keyword was. That's right. That's right. The everybody know that in any investigation, the first 48, or if you say the first block of time where the people come together and begin to research and look at it, is the most critical. So somebody saying was. No, that is the most critical time of any investigation, the beginning. But the point that I'm making is, because he is privy to this information, that if anybody has the ability to speak on it, it would be Kendrick Wilson. Nobody else is speaking on it.
Let me say this.
Aguilar, whatever his name is. Nobody else.
Let me say this to Haga, because a lot of people get it confused, and especially the out-of-towners, because the out-of-towners, they don't have the access to local Louisville to know this. The police chief, even Sam Aguilar.
Before you get there, let me ask you one question from my brother Cryptonomics. He said, "How did you get on the legal team? What was, and then but answer what, say what you're going to say right after this. How did you find yourself on this legal team in the infancy of this investigation by the family?"
It's crazy, because the exact same officers that Brett Hankerson, the main officer, Brett Hankerson, I had 2 grand jury trials with him and had been arrested 3 times with him. And I beat every single charge in case he stuck on me. And I did my cases myself. I put my cases together myself, and I beat him. So when Sam Aguilar seen, you a black dude, Brett got all this power, and you're beating him, I need you on my team. So Sam Aguilar first interviewed me initially because he was thinking about representing me on my civil suit. But then when I came into his office and he heard me speak, and then he found out like how knowledgeable I am when it comes to legal work, he was like, hey, how do you feel about helping me work this Breonna Taylor case? I'm like, say no more. Let's get it. And within 4 days, I solved the damn case. I mean, it was that simple. That's what happened. Y'all don't understand that Brett Hankinson and those cops before Breonna Taylor, they ran in my house, a no-knock search warrant, kicked in my door, and they gave me a fake search warrant and fake paperwork and made it look like they had a real search warrant. It was all fake. And the judges even went on to try to cover this up. They just dismissed that case about 3 weeks to a month ago. They just dismissed that case. And they said, we're dropping all charges and dismissing the case. And it never even had a case number. You know why? Because it never was a case. It was fake. Every case has a case number. I went to the feds and the Kentucky State Police, who's the custodian of all records. The feds can see everything that's going on with everything. I said, do y'all know of a search warrant that was executed on my house last October 2019? No, we have no records of that. I went to the local police. No, we have no records of that. I went to Kentucky State Police. No, we have no records of that. My attorneys put in all these, they asked about it. No, we have no records of it. It wasn't a search warrant, but yet the judge participated in giving me paperwork in a copy of a warrant that's not even a real document. It's clearly a fake warrant, and said your case is dismissed. What case? I never even had a case number. I never even made it into a courtroom on that case. And then on my other grand jury trials that Brett Hankinson stuck on me, I beat him. So that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Like, I'm not clout chasing. I'm directly tied to this, and I know exactly what they did, and I warned the whistleblowers in our city. The whistleblowers are on record, and they will tell you, not only I took them out to eat, I paid for their food and everything in October. And I told them, we need to get Brett Hankinson and his crew off the streets before they go as far as killing somebody with their corruption. The whistleblowers is like, man, you're right. We're going to see what we can do. They went and talked to the higher ups. Nobody did nothing. 4 months later, Breonna Taylor's dead.
Would it be safe to say that when the attorney brought you on, because and let me and I can actually ride with that right there, because I knew I was investigating the Breonna Taylor fiasco, if you will, to discuss it on Morse World TV, and I went from office to officer to officer to officer, because many was trying to call her a thug missus, many was trying to call her a drug dealer, and I was like, let's look into the background of these officers. And then looking into the background of the officers, that's when I seen Kendrick Wilson name in association with Brett Hankinson. With the drug charge, with him throwing the drugs down beside him. And so I could see how the attorney could come up with your name. That's not hard to, that's not even hard to fathom, because I came up with your name like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I came up with your name like that. But with that being said, at the end of the day, do you think that they will ever look into this any further to bring true resolution to this case?
It just depends, man. It depends on what we as a people decide we want to wake up. See, the sad thing about it is, the question is, did they get away with corruption, or is people of color not willing to wake up and educate themselves? Because here's the thing. If all of y'all took what I'm telling y'all and did y'all research, don't necessarily believe what I'm saying. Do your research. And if the world knew what I knew, of course they'll prosecute these cops. But because y'all don't elect to go out and do y'all research, they feel no pressure. Their pipe is not going to get busted because there's no pressure, because the world don't know what we just did. And at the end of the day, can Breonna Taylor still get justice? Yes. But the people must wake up. You got people in your comments right now, black people in your comments right now talking about, I'm a clout chaser. This is how, I'm just going to say it. This is how stupid some of the people in our culture are. Here I am, a guy.
My thing would be is, and what I say on the show all the time, I say this on the show all the time. If I say something wrong, prove me wrong, and I will apologize publicly.
And that's the
Anything
thing
that I ever said about Grandmaster Jay, anything, I don't care about the tough talk. I don't care about the killer talk. I don't care even about the innuendos, clout chases for views or any of that. But I put a challenge out to anybody for me that if I say anything wrong, bring it to me. And if you are right, I will make a public apology right where I made the statement.
Right.
Now, for anyone that says that Brother Kendrick is a clout chaser, I implore you to bring the information that you have to show that he's wrong, even theoretically. You can bring something that may make more sense. But if that's not the case, and this brother has been in the closed door with the big folder opening, then I think this deserves for us to look deeper into it.
The real question,
represents one real quick, because Breonna Taylor represents a group of people that can fall victim to this.
Can we have a segment? Can we have another segment and put this show up just for the people? The show needs to be called "Is Kendrick Wilson a clout chaser or are you a dummy?" Because I'll go split screen. I'll go split screen with any of these people. The bottom line is, you people have not done any research but claim y'all want justice. There's a whole case file that's open to the public. You can watch it. All right, check this out. Y'all don't even know that the police chief, y'all don't know that the attorney general and all these news outlets around the world got on national global news and told y'all there was no body cam footage. Do y'all not know I am the person who released all the body cam footage? That did not come from Vice News and all these outlets that took credit. See, the people here locally, they notice. Y'all don't notice because y'all out of town. I released all the body cam footage when they lied to y'all and told y'all it didn't exist. I'm the person who did that. That made global news. I'm the person who released the body cam footage when our police chief and when the police department and everybody, and even Sam Aguiar, said there was no body cam footage. I released it. I'm the person who did that. And the media was silenced for the first 2 days. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. And then they all came up with a story. They did not know what to do. I released the footage. And then they gave the credit. Oh, Vice News released. Vice News didn't release that shit. I did that shit. Go look at my Facebook on the stamp, the timeline stamp. I did that. I released the body cam footage. So don't hit me with some clout chasing shit, because you know. I'm sorry.
I wanted to ask you. Now, you came through the other night, and I've been doing these series on Grandmaster Jay, and in fact, and you had mentioned that Grandmaster Jay, and in fact, you implied that they may have a role in the Breonna Taylor case. What were you referring to?
Well, like I said, most people, they're not aware that this case has a case file. In the case file, there's a bunch of video. So when Grandmaster Jay came back to when he came to Louisville, Grandmaster Jay made this comment. He said before the whole city that was watching, in the world, I would like to say, was watching when they came in Louisville. He said they're gonna have to recreate the scene and because they don't have the evidence and stuff together, so they got to recreate the scene. So what the police department and Grandmaster Jay did was so sneaky. They made that announcement. So when they actually went back to Breonna's apartment and they reenacted the whole thing, police cars flying all through the city and everything, right? They don't understand that they took those cameras and that footage of the reenactment, and they submitted it into the real file. And those are reenactment footages, and I can prove it. And what's even sicker about the whole situation, Kenneth Walker participated in the reenactment, and he damn near nailed all his lines to the T. That is scary. That's scary.
Hold up.
In the reenactment, nailed his lines to the T. And then they took the reenactment and gave it to the public and put it in the case file. So when y'all watching this footage, y'all thinking this is what happened. No, this is what they made happen in the reenactment. It's crazy, bro. And Grandmaster Jay single-handedly prepared my city for that, and nobody raised their hand and thought anything of it, but because he announced that they was gonna do it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
So one more time, take me back, cause I want to make sure that I'm hearing you. Grandmaster Jay worked with Louisville Police Department to set the stage or orchestrate this reenactment.
Yep. He announced it to the city. Go back and watch the speech. If you go back and watch the speech that he gave here in Louisville, he said they're gonna have to he said, I got some news, y'all. You know, I got some news, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. They're gonna have to recreate the scene, and they're gonna need X amount of time. But we gonna give them 30 days.
I remember
that's what he said. So when they went and reenacted the scene, it wasn't a red flag here in Louisville, because Grandmaster Jay had already told us they're gonna have to do it. We're thinking, okay, they just trying to get some evidence. No, they reenacted the whole scene and then took these camera angles and these shots and submitted it into the real file as, oh, the body cam footage came out and this is what happened. That is sickening. And guess what? Okay, now riddle me this. Okay, y'all gotta react the scene, okay? If you're Kenneth Walker, they can't make you do that. Are you gonna participate in the reenactment?
No.
Kenneth Walker participated in the reenactment and nailed his lines to almost the T, almost. Even the emotion, even the stuttering, like it was crazy. Like I caught it, then you're gonna catch it. When I send you the videos, you're gonna catch it because we on the same level. You're gonna catch it. It's a reenactment. They reenacted it. Sickening to know that Kenneth Walker participated in that.
So is that, with Grandmaster Jay saying that, are you basically saying that he prepared the minds of the people to accept a reenactment? Is basically what you're saying. Yes. And the whole neighborhood around, they all knew, oh, they're just reenacting the scene because it was okay to do it. We thought they was doing it because they was trying to get answers, not because they're trying to fabricate the whole story and then submit this footage into evidence. That's what they did. There's fake video. Man, I got so much proof. There's fake video all in the case file. It's sickening. So when Grandmaster Jay says that he's talking to these people, you know, he says it right out in the open, talking to them, many private conversations, blah, 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 right out in the open. So all of these talks is orchestrating the cover-up.
Listen, man, he was in on it. I spoke to Grandmaster Jay face to face. I gave him evidence and told him about everything. He did absolutely nothing but try to get some NFAC members to my house. Hell no, they not coming to my house. No, I don't trust y'all. Like, all he kept wanting is, what is your game plan? I'm not telling you my game plan. What do you mean? That's all this, man. I got a whole conversation that I released on the internet of me and Grandmaster Jay. Like, the dude was clearly in on it. There was so many people that was in on it. I mean, dude, I got a movie.
What do you think about Grandmaster Jay arrest? Because
what happened.
because now people want to. It's so unfortunate that we got a victim mentality that anytime someone get locked up, now they become a victim. As in my book, though, that's a part of the game. That's a part of the role. That's a part of the reenactment, if you will, of this whole situation to pull him out. That's and I already put it on the record. But what do you have to say about his recent arrest?
So Grandmaster Jay's recent arrest, whether people choose to believe it or not, people here locally, they know what's going on. I had dropped a bombshell as far as Breonna Taylor's neighbor, a girl who was neighbors with Breonna at the apartment she got killed, and just so happened she had a house over on Elliott Avenue, where Breonna's ex-boyfriend got ran up on. So what happened is with the with Grandmaster Jay getting locked up is I announced something that they didn't know I know. And when I found out about that, they had to get it to where Grandmaster Jay didn't get asked any questions about this. So they had to take him behind closed doors and get the story right because once again, like I've been doing the whole time, I messed up their story and what they were selling to people. So they had to get the pieces that was important, like Grandmaster Jay, behind closed doors and get the story right. Once they got the story right and he got his lines down, okay, go back into the world. That's why he was arrested because of the news that I announced it. And then as soon as I announced what I announced, they slap a case on me. And now I can't say this person's name no more. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And the person's name that I can't say no more is neighbors with Breonna Taylor and also neighbors with the house that was over on Elliott. And also she's the person who controls the 502 live streamers here in Louisville, which is the people who are giving y'all the story. Also, she is friends with the politicians.
What have you been charged with?
She's living in a house right now that the judge, so she goes from being Breonna's neighbor to living in a house that the judge has signed off on Breonna's alleged.
Woo. Oh man. Y'all see this family. Listen, this is the thing in a nutshell. He just went blank real quick. This is the thing in a nutshell. You know, this is social media. Hold on. Let me bring you back in. 1 second. You just pause for a minute.
Yeah, they don't want this to come out.
Listen to me. This is social media. This is investigative journalism.
Right.
Again, anybody that ever say that I'm clout chasing for views, I invite you to come on. King Kendrick also said that we can split screen and you can come and challenge his views. And that's the beautiful thing about this. Nobody in this chat or in any other chat over the internet who have dealt with these issues or listened to other platforms deal with these issues have ever heard anybody say, or the host say, well, come on. Bring your dispute. Come on.
Bring
you never
it
heard
all.
Grandmaster Jay, he won't let you challenge his theory of his liberating movement. He won't let you do that. But here on Morris Road TV, there is no need to go back and forth in the chat about this person is that person is this. You are welcome to email me and say, I want to have a conversation with King Kendrick. Or if it's me about anything that I put on the internet, I want to come and debate you, have an argument with you. We don't have no problem with it. All we ask is that you be respectful. All I ask is that you be respectful and you bring your points to the table with proof. There is no need to come in just talking.
Exactly.
Theory. I mean, unless you have a theory. Your theory can stand next to somebody else's theory, but it can't be the Easter Bunny coming. You know what I mean? So what you were saying, brother, the floor is yours.
Basically, okay, so Grandmaster Jay, he ended up getting arrested because I dropped the bombshell. When I dropped this bombshell, they didn't see it coming. So they had to get him behind closed doors before he got asked any questions about it to get his story together. That's what that arrest was all about. So the bombshell that I dropped, there's a girl who was Breonna Taylor's neighbor, okay? and she's all in Breonna Taylor's documentary, and somehow she just keeps popping up throughout all this stuff. And she's even infiltrated the protesters to this day, and she's friends with politicians and everything. Well, make a long story short, she's neighbors with Breonna at the apartment she got killed at. She's also has a house on Elliott where Breonna's ex-boyfriend got ran in on and got arrested at. Okay, so that's a red flag right there. But she goes from being Breonna's neighbor to living in the house right now, currently right now, that was passed down from Judge Mary Shaw, who is the lady who signed the search warrant for Breonna Taylor, allegedly, right? She's living in Judge Mary Shaw's family's house right now. She goes from Breonna's neighbor to living in the judge who signed off on the warrant's family's house right now. So the bombshell that I dropped is I've linked all of them together. Not to mention this very lady that I'm talking about, she controls the narrative here in Louisville, but because she's in control of the Louisville 502 live streamers. So she controls that. So they are literally covering up everything. And if you follow them, they haven't gave you anything about anything as far as this case. They from Louisville and they're supposed to be live streamers. They won't cover me at all. What does that tell you? At all. Whether you like me or dislike me, like everybody in Louisville knows, Louisville just in the last week is reporting stuff on the news as far as the police department in this Breonna Taylor case that I said over 4-5 months ago. How is the FBI in the news 4 or 5 months behind me? How is that possible? It's not even possible. Okay, I understand a couple hours, couple days. 4 or 5 months behind? Yeah, it's a big time cover up. It's a big time cover up. And like I said, I beat my grand jury trials. I beat Brett Hanks, and I also still got a major multi-million-dollar lawsuit that's pending right now that I was offered. The offer was put together for $5 million just 2 weeks ago. That was the offer that was being put together, but I'm not gonna take it. At the end of the day, clout chase for what? For what? I'm not in this for no money. I'm in it for one reason, because Hankerson off the streets, and I was trying to get him off the streets way before he killed Breonna Taylor.
So here we go. Someone says that why didn't Kendrick come up with any proof? He's just talking as well, and he's been on twice already. Where have his PowerPoint slide screen? In fact, Kendrick actually do have the goods. He doesn't have a PowerPoint or haven't come with a PowerPoint on Morse World TV, but I've seen it, and I would not bring him on the show for him to be a talking head. I've actually seen it. I researched it. I've seen it. His story on paper, consistent with what he's saying and the inconsistency of what has been reported. Baby. Now, anybody who have followed this story just have not got the right amount of press. He showed a lot. He really have. He really showed a lot. And so I'm just saying I wouldn't have him on the show if I didn't. This case is too critical. This is not dealing with Delhi. You know what I mean?
All my notes.
Not dealing with Delhi. I've seen too many shows of where he actually pointed out. If he telling you that he got a check for $18,500 and I heard the conversation with the attorney. I heard that. Anybody who followed the story, they heard the conversation. You know what I mean? So the body cam footage, all you got to do is look at the timestamp on the Facebook, and you can see who put it out first. I mean, this is like easy to really to give credence to, because everything has been done right on social media. You have timestamps. You have it. So it is what it is.
Hey,
But
Tahaga, my question is to all these people. Yes, okay, and even to you. This is my question. All right. So look, if you don't believe my story, whose story do you believe? Because Kenneth Walker don't have one, and so you believe the police? Is that who y'all believe?
woo, woo.
If you don't believe me, Kenneth Walker's done changed his story 5 times. Breonna's mama won't even talk. The police, you know, they told their
I
story.
think that's the question.
Whose story do y'all
Who do you
believe?
believe? You believe Breonna Taylor family story?
They won't even talk.
We just gonna take the money. We won't say nothing. Do you believe? Man, Delta, not right now, man. Listen, Delta, not right now, man. Please. All right, let's have a commercial break real quick.
Okay.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Delta, not right now, brother. You gonna come on tomorrow, okay? You coming on tomorrow. I said you coming on. When I say you come on, you come on. You do what I say. I'm your big brother. You hear me? What I say? I'm gonna call you after the show. You coming on. I'm your big brother. Now calm down. We got King Kendrick on here right now. Hey, what I just said.
Hey, let me say this, Tahaga. Let me say this. I don't know what's going on with you and Delta, but it's funny as hell. But Delta is the reason that I know you.
Yeah.
He's the reason that I know you. Delta made the connection between me and you.
Hey, Delta.
So
tomorrow we gonna get you on the show and we gonna vent. No cursing. What I say? I'm your big brother.
I'm honest, Delta. I'm honest, Delta.
Man, what I just tell you?
Kendrick, come on, I'll come on with Kendrick.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll come on with
text
you.
me.
I'll come on with you. You know I'll come on with you.
You got me blocked on the phone and
I'm gonna block you until you calm down. Are you calm? Are you calm?
Hey, Delta, I'm calling you. I'm calling you after this.
Hey.
I'm the middleman. We making this happen.
People did this 3 times, my nigga. If you ain't got nothing, you lost. Take that L, my nigga.
Listen. Apologize to Morse World TV audience.
Apologize for what?
To the audience, because you interrupting the show.
Hey.
You let the chick sit up there and say all that. That chick ain't come see you. She don't know me. That whole story was, you know what you done, and I was.
I'm calling Delta right now.
Dating me? Boy, you something else. Every time you ask me to come on your show,
I'm calling her right now.
That's cool though. I don't care nothing about it.
Hey.
I ain't tripping on that.
Hey. Are you calm? Are you gonna be calm?
Delta.
Right.
Can I please do my interview, bro? Hey, all this stuff we can do this once we get off the show, bro. This is important right now, bro. This is important. We ain't talking no beef. We ain't talking none of that. We talking justice for Breonna Taylor and corruption, man. This is kind of important and more important than anything you and him got going on, bro.
Hey, the only thing about that, I sent you that. When you asked me to do that favor, I done it for you. So this my song, I got it yours.
Listen, bro. Listen. I feel you, but what I'm saying is not right now, Delta. Can we do it after the show? You gonna come on tomorrow? We gonna do whatever. Plus, we already talked after the show.
You hit me up after the show. I got you.
All right, bro. All right, one.
Now back to the regularly scheduled program. Back to the regularly scheduled program. All right.
Man.
So peace and love, family. We back to the regularly scheduled program.
Back to the question. If you don't believe me, then whose story do you believe?
Hey, bro, I think that was a genius question on your part. I must salute you.
I mean, I'm serious though. Like
that's a genius question. For real. Because anybody who is doubting what you're saying, whether it's theoretical or whether it's given with evidence.
Because if you don't believe me, it means you believe somebody else. So do you believe the police? The people who are known for robbing and Whether y'all do your research or not, there's a lot of people dead because of this group too. See, y'all don't know what's going on in my city. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, I don't think y'all understand. Okay, let's go frontline real quick. Let's go frontline real quick. Those cops ran in my house before they ran in Breonna's. I went and got a federal lawsuit. You know how hard it is to get a federal lawsuit against the cops? You got to have a lot of evidence. I actually made it happen. Also, Brett Hankinson pinned 2 grand jury trials on me. I beat him. Also, Breonna Taylor's lawyer thought that I was intelligent enough that he could use me on the legal team. Also, I actually solved the case and got paid for it. I actually have phone calls and text stubs to prove all of this. So if you don't believe me and I'm clout chasing, first of all, what clout? What clout do you get? Tahada knows this. The position that he's in, just doing a show, his life's on the line. What do you think my life is? What clout is there to get for being a black dude in Kentucky standing up against the justice system in the world's biggest case that they're covering up, and I'm about to prove that they're covering it up? What clout do you get from that? That is actually a bullet to the head. For sure, a bullet to the head. That's what that is. Just a matter of time.
So it's a sister in the chat. Her name is Nashayla Hawk. She said, tell Kendrick that Nashayla Hawk is in the chat.
Hey, can I tell you something? Look, we need to end this show right now. You need to bring her on right now. Listen, that girl right there, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That girl right there is a living Breonna Taylor. Those cops came into her house. They didn't kill her, but they killed her dog. They had guns drawn. I hate to tell her story, but I'm going to tell it. They had guns drawn on her kids. They had her little girl who was naked in front of all these police. They took her husband. Her husband's in prison right now. She hasn't heard from him in weeks. He's in prison right now off the back of these fake search warrants that I'm telling you they do. And she has a federal lawsuit because she's done what I've done. And also, me and her, I'll just go on and say it because they know. I'll let the world know. Me and her, we're a team. We're a team because I found out about her. She found out about me. And we realized we got our stories got this in common. She took the steps that I took. I took the steps she did. We both got federal lawsuits pending against them. So at the end of the day, hey, that girl on top of that, she was actually in the legal field. She was on her way to being an attorney. And then all this stuff goes down. So not only is she a living witness, oh, she actually knows the law book. She actually knows every single thing they did wrong, and she will point it out down to the very signature that is signed. Like, see that little part of the signature? That don't match this part of the signature. Those are 2 different signatures. That's how deep she is with it. You need to bring that woman on ASAP.
Set it up.
Hey, you talk about, listen, real talk, a living Breonna Taylor. They fired shots in this woman's house. She thought her kids was dead. They made her husband think that they had killed her. He's outside, and then he just went on and admitted to some stuff he didn't do, and they falsified charges him because he thought they was in there killing his family, and they tortured her. Nashayla got tortured. They tortured her. And she's living, and she had the same attorney as me, who's I'll go on the record and say it. He's corrupt and crooked. He's corrupt and crooked, and he's in on it. And he's out here helping them get away with the fact that these search warrants are fake. He told Nashayla straight up. And I'm going to tell her story since she ain't on her. He told Nashayla straight up, she better stop exposing or she's going to end up dead. This is real. This is what's really going on. Like ground zero right here in Kentucky. And we, out of all these people, you got major D-boys who've been popped. They call me all the time. They're scared to death. They don't want to come out because they're scared of Hankinson. Hankinson them made people disappear. You got to understand the position I'm in right now. I'm the one person that can get him put in prison, but he's running around on a $15,000 bail. What do you think? What do you think they're trying to figure out? It's only one person that's riding with me. That's the higher power. They can't move because of the higher power ain't letting them move. They want me gone ASAP.
Do you fear for your life? Do you fear for your life?
I ain't gonna cuss on your show because I know this is no, I don't. Do I understand that my life can be taken? Yes. I don't fear death. And I believe in nothing, not even evil, can move without the higher power. So at the end of the day, if the higher power calls me home, he calls me home. I don't fear death at all. Zero, zip, nada. I don't fear it. Does fear sometimes try to sink in? Yes. Do I think about it sometimes? Yes. But I quickly remove it from my thoughts. I quickly remove it. Because at the end of the day, fear death for what? Fear them for what? They need to be fearing me. Because everything they can do, I can do, and I'm doing it in the name of good and with the wrath of God behind me. So that's what they need to be fearing. Why would I fear a little old devil? Why I fear a little old devil when I got the Almighty God on my side? No, I don't fear them at all. And they know I don't fear them at all. Not the tiniest bit. Does it cross my mind sometimes to be scared? Yes. But I quickly remove it. Don't fear them. No, I don't. I don't fear them.
Do you think all of this stems from the Breonna case? Do you think it all stems from racial issues? Is race involved in this?
Great question.
From your point of view?
Great question. At the end of the day, outside looking in, you know what? That's what they want us to think. That race is involved in this. No, this is not about black. This is not about white. There's one thing in the world that's worse than racism, and that is corruption. At the end of the day, you must understand Benjamin Crump, Tamika Mallory, Lonita Baker, my son, Daniel Cameron, David James. You got a lot of black people that participated in covering this murder up. I can't call this racism. I can't call this racism. It is corruption. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, we really need to get a hold of this, because in my city here locally, you know what the protesters is fighting for? Reform, 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 reform. We need to get this reform. Last time I checked, there was laws in place when they ran Breonna's house and killed her. That's not going to stop nothing. Until you identify what it is, you can come up with whatever you want as far as fighting cancer. But until you actually go into the body and remove the cancer, whatever you came up with ain't happening. You got to remove the corruption. How are you going to keep coming up with these instruments and this to fix cancer? No, don't be trying to figure out a way to get this out of my body and then go come up with the game plans on how you got an instrument that's going to remove it. Meanwhile, my body's over here dying. And that's what I keep trying to tell people. Y'all out here fighting for reform. Y'all doing this, y'all doing that. That don't need to be our war. We need to be exposing corruption and then figuring out a way to remove it. Because as long as the corrupt lawyers are in place, the corrupt judges are in place, and the corrupt police officers are in place, they're going to be able to get away with whatever they want to, whether they go by the law or not. That's why it's called corruption, because it trumps law. That's the power of corruption. It trumps law. It can break the law with no consequences. That's what makes it corruption. So no, I don't think it's racism. I think it's corruption. There's black people who are reaping the benefits of what's going on, and it's sickening.
I heard you mention my son. What made you mention my son?
Because
I like my son.
I like my son too. I'll go as far as saying my son's story to me was I don't know how to, I was a fan.
I will say this. I thought it was rather odd. I will say this. I thought it was rather odd that he was from NYC and all of a sudden he moved to Louisville. You know
what's odder?
I thought that was rather odd. I mean, not saying that it's extremely odd, but freedom fighters normally monitor their if you will, their native area, if you will, and they'll become transplants to areas where as though something is happening. But to just pack up and move from NYC to Louisville, is he still living in Louisville?
Let's talk about odd for a minute, because I want to go back to their word clout chaser. So what's odd is, for some reason, Louisville was one of the hottest cities in America as far as, police brutality and what's going on with the protests. Why is it that my son moves to Louisville? And the only reason could be because the cameras is here, because last time I checked, 10 times is going on in New York City than what's going on here in Louisville. For every dirty cop you got in Louisville, you got 15 dirty cops in NYC. So my question is, yes, it was odd that he moved to Louisville, but what was even odder is that as soon as they got the money, he moved out of Louisville. So, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was going to say. He's not living in Louisville no more.
listen, until freedom, I don't know if it was 2 men in a truck or U-Haul. As soon as Breonna got that money, they packed up their stuff and they was gone. Ain't heard from them since.
Bro, I'm gonna ask you one more time. My son, who went on the record saying that he moved to Louisville, now,
Listen,
that was in
my son,
March. It happened in March, and around April, May-ish, that's when you start hearing about people moving to Louisville. And I may not be dead on, but you telling me
right?
that he doesn't take up residence in Louisville anymore?
Listen, my son got get up and move money immediately. He got up and left immediately. This is what I want you to do. Your researchers, do this, researchers. Go to Tamika Mallory's Facebook page right now. Your researchers, pull this up on your screen if you can, Takaga. Go to Tamika Mallory's Facebook right now. Go all the way to, I got no teleprompter. Me, this is all her. Go to Tamika Mallory's Facebook page right now and go to October the 6th. Not only did they get up and move, but they came up off this protest. They made money. Look at them. They're out shopping. They're at awards. They're kicking it with all these different celebrities. Like, they came up. But when they came to Louisville, they was broke. And Tamika Mallory, if you go to October the 6th, if your researchers can pull up October 6th and put it on the screen, what Tamika Mallory posted before she came to Louisville, where her life was like. That woman couldn't even afford to keep her car. Her car was about to get repoed. Her car. Tamika Mallory, she got a post. You can put. Are your researchers looking this post up?
I'm on it right now.
October 6th, and put this on the screen, and please read it to the people. Now, you mean to tell me between October 6th of this past year up until now that she's done came up? How? You're out here protesting in Louisville. Where's all this money come from?
October 6th of 2020 or 19?
19. No, 2020. I'm sorry, 2020. October 6th of 2020. Go look at what she posted.
Okay.
And my thing is, you're here protesting, right? Which anybody who's protesting is going to lose money. I've lost all types of money. My business right now to this day ain't functioning. I'm a business owner. A lot of people don't know I'm a business owner. I got a lot of stuff going for me. I canceled everything off the back of this. You don't make money off of protests. You lose money. Now, you might make money eventually off becoming an activist, but an activist is never supposed to make money in the middle of the protest. You're supposed to reap the rewards and the fruits of your labor after you've done your good deed, and for carrying out a good deed and doing good things for the community and being a leader, then it comes in. Money ain't supposed to be pouring in the middle of the protests.
I stand by. I want to read this real quick. I love the show and prove, bro. That's my thing. And for you to do that, you just, you got what it takes. But let's read it. It says, this morning I was chatting with my sis, Kim Blackwell, PMM, thanking her for sending help. When I was at my lower point at the end of 2019 and late December, my car was about to be repoed, and I was struggling to decide if I wanted to buy groceries and pay other bills or save my vehicle. I was fresh out of PTSD program and had been struggling with addiction due to severe depression from very challenging and publicly painful time. Fast forward to this year, so many blessings have fell upon me. I recently signed a major book deal, and my podcast, Street Politicians Pod, with my son, the General, is about to have a big lunch on Charlemagne the God's new network, The Black Effect. God is my constant provider. Since having at Ty95 _AT18 is becoming a single mom 2 years later when his father was murdered, God has been providing. My faith is strong. I'm rooted in belief that I give myself away. He will continue to hold me. I'm crying as I write this because I know about the power of blood, and I pray every day that I will be cleared of insecurity, negativity, and bad behavior, and all the things that people don't see. We all have them. Family, for those who struggling, don't give up. Help is on the way. It may come in the form of a friend or opportunity, but know it's coming. Now, people may read that and say, I have an analytical mind, such as you have. So people may read that and say, well, her life changed, but it's kind of like what I say about Black Lives Matter, and a lot of these grassroots organization. It seems as if they watch the news and wait for somebody to die so they can spring into action. And when someone dies, then they begin to ride the wave of this sensational story. And Black Lives Matters did that with Trayvon Martin. That's how they got their start. So if you and I wanted to get some stardom real fast, the next time we find a sensational story about the murder of somebody in our community, all we got to do is go there with the bullhorn, scream some emotional rants, and come up with a nice slogan, because we in a slogan liberation era. Come up with a nice slogan, and before you know, we may be millionaires, because that's what this is saying to me.
Tahaga, why Until Freedom was here. Listen, people need to understand this. Why Until Freedom was here, and when Grandmaster Jay and them came here, in that little short period while they was here, we had more murders in the history of our city and state ever. The death rate reached an all-time high. They didn't speak out about none of it. Check this out, Tahaga. I can't make this up, and I hate to bring this up because it's a harsh memory for her family. I hope nobody in her family is watching right now. We had a little girl in Louisville while Tamika Mallory Nim was here in town. A baby girl by the name of Trinity. The little girl was 3 years old, maybe 4. She was either 3 or 4. She got shot in her face multiple times and killed in a break and enter in her home. Little black baby girl. Her and her dad got just completely slaughtered. Like, they got slaughtered. And you know what Tamika Mallory and them did about that situation while they was here? About that baby girl who got slaughtered and Black lives is supposed to matter? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You mean to tell me that a little girl gets shot in her face multiple times, and Breonna Taylor, who could have possibly had ties to this drug and that person and blah, 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 and allegedly the police did everything right, and Kenneth Walker supposedly shot first? That case is honestly more important than a baby girl who gets shot in her face multiple times and killed and her life taken at the age 3 or 4. That's what happened. Not to mention, many more people got murdered, and within the last 4 to 5 weeks, 2 protesters that was considered leaders have got killed. One just got killed 10 days ago. And another one that rocked with Until Freedom on the front lines that Until Freedom built up got killed. And they've done absolutely nothing or came back and did anything for anything as far as that. And that's supposed to be one of their brothers, and they didn't even know Breonna Taylor. Two of your protest brothers just got killed. You didn't even know Breonna. You moved her for somebody that you didn't even know. But when your protest brother get killed, you come back for the funeral and you send Linda, and Linda says a couple things. Tamika Mallory didn't even come back. Linda came back. You don't even come back for your protest brother, a guy that stood right beside you with the bullhorn, and the guy that you called a young black king, a guy that was the passion and the soul of the protest. You don't do nothing for him. Frauds. That's their brother. They didn't even know Breonna Taylor. This guy stood with them, beside them all day, every day, went to New York City with them when they took everybody from Louisville up there, spoke on the board. He was the main event, one of the main attractions as far as protesters. He gets killed. You do nothing for him. Absolutely nothing. But yet, you're a leader.
Brother, what are your plans? What are your plans beyond getting Breonna Taylor justice? So, okay, we dealing with the because it's for I can even speak about me. You know, I've been covering the Grandmaster Jay story since it came to light. You know, and I thought he was a fraud. I continue to think he's a fraud. Matter of fact, I don't think anymore. I know he's a fraud. And you know, but I believe he's about to fade into black soon, and he might come again once they put the movie out or the documentary out or whatever, you know, to promote it. However, you know, it's many other things that's going on in our community. What are your plans alongside of trying to get justice for Breonna?
Well, like you said, key thing is getting justice for Breonna, but I actually got programs. So see, this is the thing that people don't know about me. And these programs was designed a long time ago. I spoke to the mayor about these programs that I designed. This is before Breonna got killed. I designed a program that I believe easily is going to change the world for the better. The program that I designed is a program that's called the On the Verge program. I believe before any of us do anything, we're on the verge. Like before you, if you're a killer and you're about to kill somebody, before you go kill somebody, you're going to be on the verge of killing somebody. And it's not just a program that's used for negative things. It's for good things too. Like a little girl in the hood, real smart, IQ super high. She's on the verge of becoming a doctor. So before she actually becomes a doctor, she's on the verge because she's smart. So the program I designed is called the On the Verge program. Now, what I want to do with the On the Verge program is I want to make our center as visible as gas stations throughout the whole world, but mainly the hood first, because the hood has a lot of cheap property, abandoned houses. So what I want to do is I want to buy up with collective people's money. Everybody come together. We buying up this property through the On the Verge program in the organization. We buying up these properties. We turn them to On the Verge centers. When you're on the verge of doing something, you come to our center. When they come in there, they say, "Hey, I'm on the verge of killing somebody. I'm on the verge of getting killed. I think this person going to do it." Then we're going to seek out and get you help from there. Like if a kid comes in there and they want to be a doctor, but they're smart and they don't know the next step after high school or who they need to be in contact with to become a doctor because they just know they smart enough to be one, you're on the verge of becoming a doctor. We're going to put you on the path to actually not just being on the verge, to actually be exactly what you want to be. And I want to take all these different houses, abandoned properties all over, starting right here in my city, Louisville, Kentucky. And me personally, I'm about to buy a few houses and I'm going to turn them to On the Verge centers. And we're going to make sure that we catch people before they do what they're about to do. Because I believe at the end of the day, a lot of people know they're about to do something. A lot of people, there's somebody in the world right now that knows they're about to get killed. They have nobody to talk to. And if they got somebody they can talk to and let people know, then we can possibly save that person's life or talk that person out of going and kill somebody. There's a lot of students, black people that are super, super smart. I'm super smart, but nobody ever told me I was smart. Nobody ever let me know how smart I was. And then here I didn't elect to go to college or do any of that stuff. And then my whole life I was thinking that I wasn't smart. Now I'm realizing I'm smarter than half the damn world. 99% of the world I'm smarter than. Now I'm realizing that what if there was the On the Verge Center for me? So I'm trying to be there for the community through just abandoned houses first, turning them into centers. And people say, well, how are you going to get the manpower for that? It's real simple. It's real simple. I'll network with the local colleges. Students are always trying to catch a break from colleges. The On the Verge Center is going to consist of students that want to be counselors, up and come policemen, everything. You work at the On the Verge centers and you get college credits for that. And also it helps take care of some of your tuition since you're working these hours. So we'll network with colleges to get our manpower. And then as far as money, check this out. You got a LeBron James who put up what? How much was it? 20 million or something crazy he put up for that school? In Louisville alone, you can get houses for as cheap as $5,000. If we can get some of these athletes to support us like we support them, because I don't think y'all understand the athletes only are millionaires because of our money, Because if we choose to watch TV and move the needle, because we choose to go buy jerseys. So if we can get some of these athletes, just Rajon Rondo alone is from my city. If Rondo said, hey, here go $1 million to the On the Verge program, I can get over 20 houses right here in Louisville and some spread out throughout Kentucky with $1 million and get them up and running with $1 million. And we'll start changing the world just like that. Anytime an athlete or anybody, not just athletes, I use them because those are the millionaires that we can see. But anybody who's getting money, we put pressure on them. Hey, can you tie in to the On the Verge program? Because at the end of the day, it could be your family member that's about to get killed. It can be your kid that's thinking about doing heroin and struggling with the fact that he's a recovering junkie, but he's thinking about going back and doing it again. Who's he gonna turn to? You come to the On the Verge Center. Hey, I'm a recovering addict. I think I'm about to go back out there and get back into it. Is there any help? Yes, we have some help for you. It might not be right there in that On the Verge program, but we are partnered up with other programs to where we can direct you. You got somebody that cares right then and there. Hey, come on in. We got a bed for you, somewhere to sleep. We're not going to just be giving shelter, but we can provide shelter for 24 hours until we can get you somewhere else. And that's simple. We got to come up with simple stuff that'll be effective. And I believe the On the Verge program will be super effective all around the world. It would change the world because before any gang banger or anybody kills anybody, they think about it. They're on the verge of doing it. Now imagine if they got somebody to talk to. Imagine that.
So
that's what I want to do.
I think at this point that it's time to start putting that in effect because this is going to be a long journey for justice for Breonna. Simply because it's designed to pay people off. This system has been designed to pay people off that could actually bring true resolution. If you can get the attention of people, then you have the potential to bring true resolution to a situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you have the potential to you don't even have to be able to get people together, just have the potential.
Right.
And they will get yanked up and get money and advertising dollars behind them.
Right.
Fancy websites, fancy podcasts, all this fancy stuff. Even when I was reading that and she said that, there's going to be on a podcast with Charlamagne the God. I've done research on Charlamagne the God. He's in with the Boule, he's in with the Masons, the Shriners at this point, you know what I mean? So when you in those circles right there, many of them, along with whether there be Jewish, whether there be those who have the rainbow, a lot of the see, people underestimate the rainbow community.
They're powerful.
They got a lot of power.
A lot of power.
I say the rainbow community, and I hope I'm not disrespecting anybody, but the rainbow community, the Jewish community, the Masonic community, they all work together. And once that engine gets behind a single person, people like you and I can be overpowered by that noise.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But the point is if we keep pushing the grassroots is going to roll in because the grassroots, the common people really do have common sense, but nobody is speaking it. And so now they just go buy a dollar store flag that says Black Lives Matter and put it in their lawn.
Right.
Because they don't hear us. Yep. So I think that it's time to put all of this stuff on the ground ASAP. Yep.
And I truly, because the situation and the position that I'm in, it's sad because I haven't been able to give the On the Verge program the attention that I want to because what's going to happen? Because it's going to take money to make it work, right? So as soon as I launch that, oh, he's clout chasing, oh, he's trying to get some money. And that's the position. See, this is what people got to understand. And I know you do. Because I'm an activist and because I'm out here doing what I'm doing, don't think that doesn't mean that I don't deserve money. I don't deserve to come up. I have no problem with Tamika Mallory, Benjamin Crump, anybody coming up for a good deed and for actual good work. My issue is you're being paid to carry out white supremacy agendas and to participate in corruption. That's my issue. I don't have no problem with Tahaga having this show and his ratings are out the window. And next thing you know, YouTube sends him a major check. There's nothing wrong with that. And see, black people, y'all think that just because a person is coming up because of something they're standing up for, then that's wrong. No, you said, look, evil is getting rewarded for carrying out evil agendas. They're getting rewarded. They're becoming millionaires, in some cases, billionaires. I mean, think about all the people who are carrying out evil in this world. They're making millions and billions. What makes you think that people like me and Tahaga should not be able to reap some financial gain for being actual good people and coming up with sound programs that are in it and designed for y'all and us as a people, black, white, brown, yellow, everybody, for the world to become a better world. This platform is not just for black people. This platform is not just for Moorish people, even though that's the name of the TV. This is opened up for the world and for anybody who wants to learn and get the real raw facts that a white man is not whispering in your ear and telling him, you better say this and you better do that or else. So why wouldn't a man like him be eligible to receive millions when he's giving you straight facts? No agenda except for just being a good person and carrying out the agenda of God and good. See, y'all got the game messed up. Y'all think that the Jay-Z's and the Waynes and the people who rap and the LeBrons and all them people are the only people who are entitled to be millionaires. No, we actually deserve to come up and be blessed and put in situations too for our good deeds because we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Last time I checked, I know this man without even knowing him. He probably has a beautiful house. I'll walk y'all through my crib right now. My shit's laced. My shit beautiful. And excuse my language. I want for nothing. I got an old school, a big Tonka truck toy, another work truck on the side of the house, a little Impala that I ride around with. I got 4 cars. I don't want for nothing. I got a bank account that's sitting perfect right now. I got a multi-million-dollar lawsuit that I'm about to win. Like, I don't have to do this. And for some reason, when people like
I
me
ain't got it. Hit the Cash App.
For some reason, when people like me and you stand up,
Academy. Hit the Cash
for
App.
some reason, when
Academy.
when people like me and you stand up, we're wrong. When we even see a prophet, or we even mention, hey, I got to own the Verge program, hit the Cash App. Oh, we in it for the money. We clout chasing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Kenneth Walker can get 100,000 donated to him from Tyler Perry for his legal fees when
FDMG Academy. Hit the Cash App. FDMG Academy. Get your PayPal. Get to your PayPal. FDGMT Academy. Get the PayPal. They locked.
Can somebody?
You good?
That's absurd, man. That's absurd.
Grandmaster Jada tapped in the show. He's breaking up.
Did he?
Yeah, we break it up.
Well, look, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, bro.
Look, hey, I got a red flag. I want to take it back to something. All right? I want to take it back to Breonna because the world heard about this headline. Okay, can y'all riddle me this? Kenneth Walker, to y'all who believe the police story and Kenneth's story, Kenneth Walker is a hero. He stood up for his black queen and he shot at police officers that was coming in the door. Okay, why is it that Breonna Taylor's mother received $12 million in a settlement, but yet Tyler Perry has to step up and donate 100,000 of his money to help Kenneth Walker, who was defending Breonna, defending Tamika Palmer's daughter. He was defending her, but yet she won't even put the money up for his legal fees. Answer that one.
Yeah. Come on, family. Let's get to thinking. Somebody in the chat, say something. Why do Tyler Perry got to put up 100,000 when Breonna Taylor family just won 12 million?
You know why? Because they know what I know. They just can't speak on it. That's why. Think about that. That woman, hold on. He was her boyfriend. He was her boyfriend. Matter of fact, he was there with her. He was her defender. He was her protector. He held her hand as she got shot. And you just got 12 million. But yet, you don't give him any money for his legal fees. I got one better for you. I got one better for you. I got one better for you. Tell me this. Just tell me this.
Bro, you asking them hard questions.
I'm about to mess the game up with this. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this. Give me 10 seconds. Let me see if I want to do this, because this is Supreme Court action right here. Because I'm about to hit y'all with something that I'll hit Supreme Court with. And I'm trying to figure out, because this case still got a small chance of going to the Supreme Court. That's why I don't do and drop everything, because this is still, I can't let them, set up the offense. So let me see if I can do this real quick. I see how I can spin it. Let me see. All right.
Thank you for the super chat. Everybody hit the super chat. FDMG Academy.
Hey, talk to somebody, man. This is a tough decision. You talk to somebody. Give me time to think this one through real quick.
Hey,
let me see if I want to do this.
Hey, thank you for the super chat. Now, here is Umar. Umar is he's painting the building, people, and he's painting the building, people. He got these old ladies out here. Whose show is that, Cryptonomics? Who is that? You got these old
I got it. I'm going to ask it.
You got these old people out here, and he's painting the building. He had these old ladies out here.
All right, I'm going to ask the question. I got a question, all right?
All right, come on, bro.
All right, Tahaga, check me out right here. You break this down to the people. What does with prejudice mean when you dismiss the case? You let the people know this, Tahaga.
Hold up. Lenore on him. Say it again, brother.
What does with prejudice mean when you dismiss the case?
Brother. Come on, brother. Break it down.
So all right. So look. So when you get a case dismissed, you can get it dismissed with prejudice or without prejudice, meaning they can bring it back up.
That's right.
They dismiss it, but they can bring it back up. So when Breonna's mother signed that contract against the police, they dismissed the case with prejudice, so you can't bring it back up. You can't bring it back up. No matter what, you can't bring it up. Now, there's a loophole, but that's what it means, right? So why is it that she would agree to a contract and the police, they stuff can get dismissed to where it don't get brought back up, but yet you leave Kenneth Walker out as far as his charges? The agreement should have been, y'all don't press no charges against Kenneth. We won't press no charges against y'all. Why did they leave Kenneth out and Kenneth is still out there fighting charges? But the police, according to the way the contract is written up, you can't come back and press any charges against them. See, a lot of people don't know she signed that. She signed the paper to where she can't. Baby, give me the contract. Bring me the contract. She signed in the contract where meaning she can't come back and press any charges against them at all. But yet Kenneth is still dangling, and they can hit him with charges.
I think a brother said that the family don't have nothing to do with Kenneth. I think the point is Kenneth gave the story that he actually fought in the defense of their daughter. That's the connection. It's not that he was the son-in-law. It's not that they was married. It's that he fought in the defense, even had bust off shots in the defense of Breonna. So I think that deserves enough, if it be true, for them to support his legal defense. I mean, come on, Crip.
Y'all see that? This is it right here. This is the contract. This is the type of material I got, okay? I got the contract. This is the settlement right here. Now, I'm going to read exactly what she did. Exactly what she did. All right. The releasing party acknowledges its duty under paragraph 9 of the protective order to enter the lawsuit and will return the original and destroy any copies of all documents and things that's produced in the lawsuit as confidential in the placing with the protective order. So not only, look, y'all got to understand, this happened before the case. They just sit right here, and Breonna's mama signed this settlement that states that they're destroying all the evidence. All the evidence get destroyed. How are you going to win a criminal case when you just agreed to destroy all the evidence? This is the stuff that I'm talking about that people are not reading. And then people wonder why I'm so angry. Because all the work and all the evidence that I came up with, y'all agreed to destroy it? What? And now the criminal case is still going to come. And I already know she wasn't going to get no justice. I didn't want to accept it, but I knew what this said. You agreed to destroy all the evidence. I mean, hold on. Let's get to the part. Settlement release and the party council hold on. Dismiss with prejudice. With prejudice. If you look it up, pull it up to Haga, find it. What does it mean when you dismiss the case with prejudice?
Oh, yeah.
Why did that? I mean, this is crazy. And then people, I'm clout chasing. No, I'm over here breaking this down for y'all. What this woman did. This is crazy. But everybody mad at me. But meanwhile, Kenneth Walker, his case get dismissed without prejudice. Meaning they can come back and charge him for everything in the Breonna Taylor case. He's a lone ranger out there. Everybody else is cleared except him. Why would you sign a deal like that if you truly cared about Kenneth? You know why? They know something. Everybody's clear except Kenneth Walker. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's something really to think about. That's something to really think about. You know what I mean? And for all those that's coming at you, you know, hey, that's what we do on social media. We come at each other. But if I come at somebody, guess what? I'm going to bring proof. So I say, hey, bring some proof that the brother is in error.
Check this out. I challenge Benjamin Crump himself, who's considered the world's best, right? Benjamin Crump, bring him on split screen. Get him on here with me. I will make him look like a fool. And I will point out exactly what's going on in this case. That's why they don't like me talking. See, I dumb you down when I'm on here. I can't talk. When I go behind closed doors and I'm speaking with them, oh, it's on. Oh, it's on. The big words and all that. It's on.
Let me ask this guy here before we get out of here, because we're going to come back here, see if, and you just reach out to me, see if Shayla want to come on next time we come on.
Okay.
But I want to ask this guy, Crazy Wisdom. Crazy Wisdom, do you want to speak to Kendrick Wilson, brother? Crazy Wisdom, because you've been in the chat all night talking. So I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to come on. Can you answer me before we get out of here? Anything you want to add, and that's close it, Kendrick? Okay, you don't want to come on. And
I'll say this.
For that, brother, you are no longer welcome on this channel. Peace. Bye-bye. You've been antagonizing all night, and you cannot come up here and face the guy that you've been antagonizing. I mean, so there you go. There you go. Let's see who else. We got
I
another one. Hold
I
up.
say this.
Fam.
I say
We got another one. Side Juris. Hold up. Let me get Side Juris. I want to get Sue Juris out of here too. Ah, man, y'all got him before me. Man, why y'all let me get him first?
I gotta go read the comments, man.
Let me Side Juris, Sue Juris. Let's get him up out of here. Let me. I like you, big dummy comment. He said Benjamin Crump is a garbage lawyer. Yeah, he's a heck of a garbage lawyer, but he's a wonderful negotiator with the Europeans. He could definitely negotiate.
He's the best garbage man in the world.
Yeah.
He's
Come
trash.
on, I need to get some. Y'all getting them before me. Man. But crazy, the guy crazy, he has been in here all night, man, going at you. And so he has the opportunity, and some other people were going at you too. But you know what I mean? It's
fine.
good when you see people that might go at you, but then they also agree with you on some points, and then some they don't, some they do, some they don't. But one that just keep going on and on and on like crazy wisdom and won't even, you know what I mean, approach you face to face, like hit the link and come on in.
My thing is, I want to reverse their questions. Like this Corey Wisdom, what's that crazy wisdom that says that's not proof? So, okay, this is not proof. Where's your proof that there wasn't corruption?
Right. And it's another one, another brother that was in here. I don't know if it's a brother or not, but I think his name was 4040 Red or something like that. Brother, you should come and talk to Kendrick. Because I noticed that majority of your comments also was in opposition to Kendrick. So I say, why don't you come on here? What's today? Wednesday. Today
they
Wednesday.
Won't come on here. They won't come on here and talk to me.
I invite anybody to come on here tomorrow if y'all want to.
Me too. I'm down. I'm with it. Debate. We can debate. Listen. Furthermore, this is what I want to do. Tahak, I know you're super connected. This is what I want to do. Tamika Mallory, let's get the big boys. Let's not play with the kids. Let's get the big boys. So Tamika Mallory, Benjamin Crump, my son, any of them want to come on the split screen and talk facts with me. Let's get it popping.
Well, what I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking that once they got somebody say I'm in opposition. If you are in opposition with this conversation, email me right now, and we'll make time tomorrow. It's late on the East Coast right now, and we can set it up tomorrow. Real talk. I ain't got no problem with it. We can do it daytime. There you go. We can do it daytime.
I'm with it.
We can do it daytime, like 2 in the afternoon type daytime. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to figure out, how do you argue with a person that actually
they want to see
on the
Delta
legal team?
If Delta be nice, Delta can come on tomorrow night. I do a double hitter. I can't do Friday because Friday is the holy day, and I'm a grand sheik, and I don't play on no holy days. We set aside. Man made this holy day. We set aside to acknowledge. You know what I mean? That's right. Man connected to the universe. We set aside this day to recognize our Creator. You know what I mean? That's right. With that being said, though, but we can get Delta on at night. You know what I'm saying?
Get Delta on. Get him on here.
If anybody wants to challenge Kendrick, I just put my email in. All you got to do is send me an email. I will reach out to Kendrick. And we will put the structure together. We will put the time together, and we can get busy. But Kendrick, anything you want to say in closing, brother?
No, you know what it is, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. I encourage all you people, regardless of what me or Haga say, do your own research. The issue that I have with all the people who speak on things is you guys just be speaking zero research. If you're gonna come for me, I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't no holes in my game. Like, this brain is all the way being maxed out right now. That's all I do is research all day, every day. I'm about to go find out who this Corey Wisdom and all these people are right now, and we about to get in their business, and we about to figure out what they know and what they don't know. At the end of the day, anybody who comes for me, just realize I'm going to do my research on you, and I'm going to come for you. I'm going to probably identify the last 4 digits of your social security number. That's how wicked my research is. So at the end of the day, when you come on her, just low, it's no hold gloves. Like, the gloves are off, and we're going to get it on. We're going to have a real debate. When you see the president's debate, they go at it. So when you come on here, we're going to go at it. Anybody that show me my opponent, all right, Whoever I'm debating, show me my opponent, and I promise you, before you get on the show, you're already gonna be beat. I'm gonna destroy anybody, and I mean anybody who wants to debate me. I promise you, destroy them.
Hey, look, and with that being said, Delta, I can't call Delta because he called me from an unknown number. That's how I know it's Delta.
I'm gonna tell him.
I blocked him. He kept calling me, cussing me out. I don't do cussing out too good.
I'm gonna tell him, Carl.
Yeah, I like the people cuss me out in my face. I don't like cussing out through the internet type thing. Like, I want you cuss me out in my face. That type of games I like play. Now, don't cuss me out in my face. Everybody be respectful.
Hey, call in on the show. The people want to hear you come in, but you can't come on there cussing tonight.
And we're only gonna be a minute real quick.
And then he gonna bring you. Call in now, but he gonna bring you back on tomorrow. But it's just gonna be brief tonight. But you can't come.
We're gonna have a panel tomorrow. Me, you, Kendrick, NYC. Right. We're gonna have a panel tomorrow.
He about to call.
We have a panel show tomorrow. Yeah,
he about to call. I can't wait to watch this. Hey man, keep it peaceful, man. Act like a grand sheik, man.
Nah, Delta like play game. It's like that there. Hey, Kendrick, see, I told you like that there. Like that there, Kendrick. See, it's about all honor, Kendrick.
Man, that's my guy, man.
See, all honor, Kendrick.
Y'all got me. Hey,
listen.
Hey, what the preacher say? Have you ever been caught between a rock and a hard place? That's what y'all got me, man.
Let me tell you something, Kendrick. In reality, if you've been around our people long enough, we used to Deltas in our neighborhood. We used to that.
Yeah.
Delta don't bother me one bit. Delta, I can understand why he's upset. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You came on the show. Some people disapproved of what you were saying. Your ex or someone that you had a relationship with, she comes on the show to talk about her experience. And so everybody is coming talking about their experience, and you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick. However, that's social media.
Right. Yeah, we had this conversation too.
To accept, press 1.
All honor. Hey, brother, hold up. Am I your comrade? Am I your comrade? Yes or no?
Man, look.
No, brother. I need a yes or no first. Am I your comrade?
Yeah. Man, we always good, man. You most definitely.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Fire emojis! Fire emojis!
My thing is, like you say,
Yeah.
Hey.
What you told me? You say journalism. You say Delta don't take that person, no pull out. I say, man, what makes you think I'm on that?
What I'm telling you is what I said earlier, right? Is that people want to tell their story. At the end of the day, I provide a service for people to tell their story. Now, when you look at like Sister Celia, she had an experience. That's her experience. Maybe you don't agree with her experience that she had with you, but guess what? It don't take you threatening somebody's life, threatening their family. All it takes is, Brother Taha, let me respond to that. I ain't really feeling that.
I text you that. I was texting you that. You said, I can call in.
I had to block you from cussing me out. I didn't get the text. What are you talking about?
Anybody on the show, anytime you say my name, I'm going to call in.
But listen what I'm saying. I didn't get no text because before you text me, you cussed me out. You're going to shoot me away. You're going to shoot me from 100 yards away.
When she said that, talking about a nigga slapped up with a gun on and all that, and two, I say that to say this. She went on your show, and she said that she ain't even have no sexual relations with past members.
Hold up.
I'm finding out that the girl gave my comrade gonorrhea, bro.
Hold up. That's another show. That's another show, Delta.
The whole show, and the whole show is like this here. She ain't coming to see me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And that hotel, all that go.
Delta, hold up, Delta. We can't go another hour with this, man. Delta.
Her daddy and all that. Her daddy's following us, my nigga. So I'm like, bro, tornado, the nigga feel I could bring on 9 dudes that tell you the same story about this.
Hold up, Delta. That's what I'm talking about, Delta. Hold up. There's too much. There's too much on my heart, Delta.
Man, should have been 100, but when they got fed friends and man, I ain't know that. So,
Hey, Delta, listen.
I ain't tripping on that.
Listen. Can we broker a conversation so you and Sister Celia can resolve y'all differences?
Man, ain't no resolving nothing because she sat there and hacked in my YouTube and deleted all that, so she wanted to cover that fact. You feel me? So she's trying to hide something from her parents. You hear me? So she's trying to hide something in the field. So she's trying to create this narrative, and she's trying to fuck up what we got going on. I'm in the field for real, man. I don't know that chick. That chick came down here with intention, so she got fed friends. Your address and all that, she leaked it, my nigga.
She did what?
She gave it to us, my nigga. She the one done that.
She did what? My address?
Man, your address, all that, we got it from her, my nigga. So
what?
You.
That's how you can get 100 yards.
I put my head down on this.
I ain't tripping on that. But I'm address crypto on what he did. Crypto. I can appreciate that.
Who that?
I'm gonna speak on that. I'm gonna speak on what Cryptonomics. When he disrespected Crystal. So he talking about he was one to hash him main men. How he don't know Delta is. You hear me? So we gonna touch on that also. You know what I mean? From the origins of it.
All right, so listen. I tell you what. Let's have a family cookout tomorrow. Yeah. We bring Crypto on, you come on, NYC come on, Kendrick come on, Celia come on, and we can all give everybody time, and this will be a fire show. In the words of King Kendrick, fire emojis. How about that?
Hey, so your buddy NYC set up there and said that when he said to me on the phone, bro, come on, man. Like I said, when it's for social media, I get it. But like I tell them, that ain't me on that's my comrade for real, though. But that's my comrade, that's my squad right
Let me ask you a question. Are you really out to take your brother's lives when you disagree with them?
That ain't what I'm telling you.
No, I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you.
That ain't no disagreement. It's disrespect and all.
Okay. Okay, hold up. I need you to answer this. Are you?
That was dangerous.
Listen. I don't care about that. Listen. Are you of the thought to take your brother's lives over disrespect or disagreement? Yes or no?
Over disrespect, I'm willing to go there.
All right. Hey, brother, do you know? Hold up. Do you know Hankerson is still walking around on bail?
Hello.
Are you familiar with Trayvon's Martin killer? He's still walking around on bail.
Hello.
No, listen. You have a whole list of disrespect before you approach your brothers.
Hey, but like what Kendrick said though, when he out there, that's dangerous though. It's like
listen to me, brother. Listen.
Hey, I will say this, Tahaga. Let me say this. I will say this though. When they threatened my life, because they broke in my house, the police broke in my house. I will say this. Delta was on his way here. Now, Grandmaster was playing. He wasn't trying to come. Delta was really like, you need me, like, we on our way. I'm getting some people together. We coming. I called it off. He was on his way.
Yeah.
Because it was some cats in Louisville. It was some cats in Louisville talking about taking my life. And Delta was like, man, say no more. We on our way. And I called it off.
You feel me? So that's what I'm on, bro. That's all I care about. I'm going. You feel me? So I'm gonna put my life on the line for the field. You feel me? That's what I did in the formation. That's why I'm pissed off with GMJ, NFAC. It's a lot of shit. I'm talking about NFAR, all these snakes, bro.
Bro, are you going?
It ain't just the chick. The chick knows. The chick sitting up there playing, all 5 of them across me, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? All of it ain't just the chick. She know what it is. She said, what if emails that she submitted to that Fed, bro? You feel what I'm saying? This what I'm saying, my nigga. She know what it is. What if emails that? My YouTube, this ain't no game. This a Fed case going on. She got the Fed friend. What if emails that? You hear me? She's sitting up here hollering, black woman is God and all that. You gonna get your daddy caught up playing games like that. Your daddy, she know her daddy follow me. You feel what I'm saying? I got much respect for him. He's the ex-Panther. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I let her do that. But to sit there and see what she done in the end, that's why Buddy say, I mean, nigga kill about that. That's why I protected her. She asked me to do that. You hear what I'm saying? So I'm saying the disgrace. So I'm saying when it comes to our black women, this shit here put us on edge from trusting them now. Like, when it comes to NFAC, NFAR, I can't trust none of them because what they done. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't just one individual.
Don't keep going. All right, hold up. You need to stay away from doofus too. Doofus ain't right. That ain't your friend.
Hey, you know what though? You know what? I was saying that. Somebody hit me up on that. And,
Doofus is not your friend.
I say that to say this, man. Pops, I just hit Pops up tonight. This is what I'm really upset about what she done on my damn YouTube. Pops, that's the only video I had of him. He finna go back in surgery, my nigga. He finna do jaw surgery. And they finna take his jaw out. You hear what I'm saying? So he fight cancer, mouth cancer again. 90 years old. So I'm telling Pops, don't worry about it. You be straight. I'm trying to get him on the Doofus show. I'm trying to get this intel. I gotta get him somewhere. I don't know how to set it up because Pops don't know how to do all that Zoom shit. So I'm like, we need to get one more interview because that last one she done hacked in and deleted the shit. So that's the only intel I had from him that was on my profile. And this chick here, I don't know her, my nigga. She said, go put Brain Tornado on. I'm going to bring Phil on, the nigga that she gave gonorrhea to. I'm going to bring all the niggas on that she said in their DM giving that same thought.
What the hell? What's going on, man? What? Hey, all right, hey, Delta. Hey, call him on the phone, man. The internet's watching.
Listen.
Where's the mute button?
Hold up.
Man. I ain't never got a chance to really say that. And told Buddy, hey, Todd, what's the movie name with Martin and Bobby Brown in it?
The movie Life.
Huh?
It's called Life, ain't it?
No, the one with Bobby Brown and Martin with the chick, with the club.
Bobby Brown and Martin. I forget that one. Hey, man, we talking like old buddies again, man. You was just gonna kill me yesterday and the day before.
Hey.
Kendrick, you hear this?
But listen, that's my comrade for real on that. That's my little squad right there. You know what I mean? They up on that. But then again, it's like they ain't on that, man. My GD comrades, I'm with a whole nother brand. They on growth and development. That's all I'm saying when it came to Jim J. When it came down to ATL, like that interview, like I told Kevin, I asked Kevin to come on the show with me. I asked him that. He didn't know who you were. He was like, who is Todd? I said, man, we need to go on there because there's a lot of shit I need to straighten out. Then I saw him on there. Kevin came on there and said too much. You hear me? He said too much. You know what I mean? To where it got back. So it's like, a lot of shit he said out his mouth, I ain't know. Like, but yeah, the hit and all that, yeah, bro, they tried to set me up twice. You feel what I'm saying? I supposed to knock Kevin off. I supposed to hit the nigga in ATL. This what
man, you talking too much. Hey, hold up.
Yeah.
Hey, Delta. Hey, let me talk. Hey, I'm gonna call you, bro. Answer the phone, bro. We on the internet, bro.
Yeah, Kendrick about to call you. All right, we're gonna do this tomorrow. Peace.
Bro.
Hey, Kendrick, we're gonna set this up tomorrow. All right. We're gonna try to get it going on at 8 o'clock.
Bro, you gotta get off the internet, bro. You talking about too much, bro. You talking about hits and everything, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, there's some crazy stuff here. Tomorrow, we gonna be live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to see that tomorrow? Let's see if Sister Celia will come on here tomorrow, man. I mean, yeah, man, they tried to turn my channel into Vlad. Nah, man. They tried to turn my channel into Vlad. No. This ain't it. This ain't Vlad TV. No, sir. I don't want no trouble. Celia. Okay. Celia says she's in. Celia's in. Let me bring King Kendrick in. King Kendrick, you in for tomorrow, 8 o'clock?
I'm in.
NYC Rider, you in tomorrow, 8 o'clock? All right. This is Tahaka Bay Springer show tomorrow. But I'm gonna get a time clock though, because I'm gonna mute you if you talk too much, because I know Delta gonna get busy. We already know. I would encourage Delta, and I would tell King Kendrick to let him know, man, to cut back on anything that can be used against them at a later date. That's not cool. You know, we should be trying our best to uplift one another or correct bad information. That's it.
Right.
But all the stuff that could be taken as if you are an aggressor, if you will, that's not necessary. That's not necessary. Not here. I mean, we ain't gonna turn this into Vlad TV. We ain't doing that.
And that, can we say this before we end the show? That's the issue with leadership with people like Grandmaster Jay and so many other people claim they leaders. They left people like Delta. Like Delta's clearly a street dude. He's clearly a rider. But at the end of the day, they left this thing to where people like him are having to step up and come off as leaders when Delta is clearly not ready to just be a flat out leader. He's more of a ride or die. You know what I mean? But yet we got these people in position to where this is what they doing, man, and it's not cool because for Delta to be a person that was in the NFAC and Grandmaster Jay hasn't even gave this guy the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how you correctly work the internet, it's sickening. Like you would think that Grandmaster Jay, that's the first thing he would have taught the NFAC. Hey, be cautious of the internet. Don't say this. Don't say that. But yet you see NFA members, not just Delta, all over who are like lashing out. And I get it. I understand why Delta's frustrated. But at the end of the day, you can't do it. You can't do it. I don't care who you are. I can't. Delta, you can't get to talking about hits and all that on the internet. You can't do it.
Bro, let me tell you something. What you said is so true. Man, do you know how many emails and how many people with a real profile with NFAC be coming in my messenger, and I go check their profile and they got their little baby, the child. I'm like, and you threatening?
Right.
Like,
can't
is
do
it
it.
the result of your best thinking?
Dude, that's the first thing I do. Like, intel is real. Like, if you go into war, that's the first thing I did. When these police officers and these people who are in control was threatening me, the first thing I did, I found out everything I can about them. When I say everything, everything. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be on here saying this and saying that because somebody like me, I'm going to go, hey, yeah, where your kids? Where your wife go at? What nursing home is your grandparents in? Like, for real. Because when it's wartime, that's the person with the most intel, not the most ammunition, the most intel is going to win the war.
And the person with the most intel don't tell.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You see, I never go to all that drama stuff. But at the end of the day, we can all talk guns. First of all, we all black. We all grew up in it, but we can all talk straps. We can all talk guns and who we got is going to ride for us. But that's not to be talked about. If it comes to that, that's actually to be carried out. Don't talk about it. Carry out. I'm not going to tell somebody. I'm just going to carry out. I'm going to find out, okay, is it beef? All a person got to tell me is beef. If I know it's beef, especially in the city I live in, people are dying out there. If it's beef, then that's all I need to know. I'm not going to be talking and going back and forth. So we got to point this out to each other because not just us in the protest world, the rappers and everybody are doing this, and people are ending up dead, man, because people are talking about.
Those who got the most intel don't tell. We'll never tell. We'll never say what we know, how much we know. Then lock old Kendrick in again. Oh, we about to wrap up now, though. Y'all got me? Sean, you want to be the referee? Sean, want to be the referee? All right, so they didn't lock Kendrick out, but we'll be back tomorrow, family. Peace and love. But they said peace, love, and light. And we'll be back tomorrow. They didn't lock Kendrick out there. There you go. He back. I was about to just close down. So, brother, I'm gonna close down because they locked you out again. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, bro. So say something in closing and we back tomorrow, 8 or 9 o'clock.
Hey, it's real simple, man. Research. And Tahaga, thanks for having me on. And when I sign off, anybody who know me ain't a show unless I scream out, fire emojis. I appreciate it.
Fire emojis. Peace and love, family. We
Peace
out.
and love.